present here, all the participants and today's speaker and our CSTS-GUWAHATI team members. Today we have with us Dr. Bharat Kapoti, Assistant Professor, Department of Energy Engineering, Assam Science and Technological University. So he is a PhD from Center of Plasma Physics, Sonapur, Assam. Postdoc from Institute for Plasma Research. Sir has more than 20 numbers of international journal publications. Already 2 patents granted and 1 patent is applied for. Sir is having the award Bhuti Young Scientist Award by Plasma Science Society of India. Today Sir will deliver a talk on cold plasma technology and its potential application in polymer industry. So before starting Sir's talk, I request Pranjal Goswami Sir to kindly felicitate our speaker with a full Thank you, sir, and over to you, sir.
Okay, good morning to all. So, already ma'am has introduced that I am Bharat Kapoti, working at Assam Science and Technology University as an assistant professor in Department of Energy Engineering. So, I don't know the background of the the attendees. So, basically I am working in the field of, I am a plasma physicist working in the field of plasma science and technology. So there are lots of applications I will show here on plasma these days, right from energy production to even if you go to up to like your polymer industry and all. Okay. So before presenting about the applications of the plasma, because I don't know whether you know about the plasma physics, that is the plasma technology properly or not. So since it is a FDP program, so I prepared my slides in such a way that first you should know what is plasma, what are the different characteristics, then how we can implement it for polymer industry, and what are the different types of plasma and those things. Before explaining about the applications, I will explain basics, that is the fundamentals of the plasma. Okay, more here. So this audience is this class only?
More audiences are there.
Okay, they will come. Okay, no problem. So I think before going to start, I think you should introduce yourself. Yeah.
My name is Lotika Kulta. I'm from Saraya Police, Department of English.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Hemanti Das Roy. I'm working as a technical assistant in the CSTS.
My name is Kumar Jaman.
Okay.
I am a student.
Okay.
My name is Bhargav Mandal. I am a student.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. My name is Theophil Input from Kabul Police.
Okay. So okay, so kiba digdar pale koi dile hol matode ha. So mostly I will speak in English. If you get something difficulties, no problem. I think for her no problem. Okay, you can. So what is plasma? I think this is the very basic definitions. You know that there are 4 states of solid, liquid, gas, and the other state is called as a plasma. And if you compare the whole universe, then 99% of the universe is in plasma state. Okay. So what is the plasma? The meaning is that it is a gaseous form, not like a normal gas. Okay. When a gas become ionized, okay, then it showing the goes to plasma state when it will follow some certain condition. Okay, so for example, ice you can take as a solid. Okay, if you increase the heat, okay, then it will become liquid. Okay, further increase in heat, okay, it will become vapor. So vapor is the gas. Okay. Now if you increase further the temperature, okay, then the gas molecules, that is the vapor, consists of atoms and molecules, okay, they become ionized. When a sufficient ionization takes place, then that gas behaves like a plasma. Okay, so the name of the plasma is introduced by Irving Langmuir in 1929 when he was gas research. Okay, so that is the actual definition of the plasma. Plasma is an ionized gas, okay, which must follow two conditions. One is the quasi-neutrality and another is the collective properties. So quasi-neutrality, the meaning is that I think you people know about the electrons, protons, to gom. Okay. So quasi-neutrality means the number of electrons, that is the negative charge, is nearly equal to number of positive charge. Equal no, equal to equal will converted. Quasi means nearly equal. Okay. So number of electrons is equal to number of positive charge. And collective properties means what? The thing is that I think you know electrostatic force of attraction and repulsion, Coulomb force. Okay, যেটা charge particle থাকে, okay, যেটা charge particle থাকে, positive charge or negative charge, তেতিয়া সদায় কি হয় Coulomb force exist হয়, okay, which is electrostatic force. Okay, that Coulomb force, okay, it is a long range force. So all the particles in the plasma, they bind together with this Coulomb force. Okay, and because of this long range electrostatic force, if you disturb at any part of the plasma, okay, that disturbance is experienced by whole plasma, which is far away from the disturbance. Okay, so such properties is called as a collective properties. So plasma is basically consists of electrons, positive ions, then of course neutral particles, then excited and reactive species, as well as electromagnetic radiations. So what is the difference between a normal gas, okay, and a plasma? Normal gas means what? Neutral atoms and molecules. Okay, a normal gas, it is a air. Air is a gas. Okay, air what? Neutral, not ionized. Okay, it is not. There is no charge particles. Okay, normal gas particles will be there. Okay, and always normal gas particle motion can be described by Brownian motion. Okay, so they are the mean free path. We have learned that one in, I think, during class 9-10. Okay, mean free path is the path between two successive collisions. Okay, and particles are moving in a straight line. Okay, before getting any kind of collisions. Okay, but in the plasma, you cannot draw a straight line to describe the motion of the particles because of the long range forces. So plasma is described in such cases, okay, by smooth line instead of such kind of, okay, straight line. So another one of the properties of the plasma is the divisibility. Since plasma is consists of charged particles, okay, so different kind of positive and negative charged particles, and because of that, okay, shielding effect takes place in the plasma, which is basically because of the collective properties. So any disturbance, if you put in the plasma, okay, that disturbance is shielded by plasma. This is kind of the inherent properties of the plasma, such that the disturbance will not, okay, experienced by the other particles. Okay, so if any kind of, okay, substrate if you place in the plasma, then since electrons mass is very low, so their kinetic energy is quite high, half mv square. Okay, so their kinetic energy is quite high. Since kinetic energy is quite high, so any surface if you put in the plasma, then always electrons reach the surface first. So when electron hit the surface, then the surface becomes negatively charged. So when the surface becomes negatively charged, then a negative potential is created on the surface. And now to see this negative potential, okay, another positive charge particles which is in the plasma, they get accelerated towards the surface, and a layer of positive charge particles, opposite charges, will be developed around the surface. Okay, so that layer of positive charge particles, they actually okay, form the sheet around the surface. So this phenomenon is called as a device shielding. Okay, then types of plasma. Okay, there are two different kinds of plasma on basis of the degree of ionizations. One is called as fully ionized plasma. Fully ionized means all the atoms and molecules, when they become ionized, then it is called as fully ionized. So that ionization, how much ionization is there, that can be measured using degree of ionization. So degree of ionization means it is the number of charged particles divided by total number of neutral plus charged particles. Okay, neutral plus charged particles. So if the degree of ionization is 1, then the plasma is called as fully ionized plasma. And if the degree of ionization is less than 1, then it is called as partially ionized plasma. Then on basis of the density, okay, plasma can be classified in 3 categories. One is the low density, one is medium density, one is high density. Okay, these all are generally comes under the partially ionized plasma, because fully ionized plasma, if you go to sun, okay, the core of the sun, okay, you can consider as a fully ionized plasma. Okay, and other all laboratory plasma, they generally, it is not possible, okay, to make ionizations of all the atoms and molecules in laboratory. So this comes under the partially ionized plasma. Okay, so low density plasma means when the plasma density is less than 10 to the power 10 per meter cube, that is per volume. Okay, 10 to the power 10 per meter cube, then it is called as low density plasma. And when the plasma density is between 10 to the power 10 to 10 to the power 12, then it is called as medium density plasma. And when the plasma density is more than 10 to the power 12, then it is called as high density plasma. Okay. Then on basis of the collisions between the different plasma element, plasma can be classified in 2 categories. One is collisional and one is collisionless. Okay. A collisional plasma means when a plasma is a high density plasma, then the collision frequency means the number of collisions between the charged particles becomes comparable to the charged particle and neutral particle collisions. And when it is collision frequency of the charged particles become comparable to, that is nearly equal to charged and neutral particle collision frequency, then plasma is always a collisional plasma. And when the plasma, okay, collision frequency between the charged particles, okay, less than the charged and neutral particles, then plasma is called as collisionless plasma. Okay, so collisional plasma is generally the fully ionized plasma or the high density plasma becomes collisional plasma, whereas the low density and medium density plasma are always collisionless plasma. So all the cold plasma comes under the low and medium density plasma. The meaning is that the cold plasma means these are collisionless plasma. Okay, so basically we will explain the applications of this cold plasma, that is the collisionless plasma. Okay, and on basis of the plasma temperature, generally the electron temperature of the plasma is considered as the plasma temperature. Okay, the plasma can be characterized in three categories: complete thermal equilibrium plasma, local thermal equilibrium plasma, and non-thermal equilibrium plasma. Okay, so complete thermal equilibrium means because plasma has a consist of lots of gas molecules, electrons, positive ions, excited atoms and molecules. Apart from that, dissociations and radiations. Okay, different kind of radiation, UV radiation, gamma radiations. Okay, are gamma from plasma when you will generate a plasma. Okay, so when all the temperatures become equal, then it is called as complete thermal equilibrium. But ideally, it is not possible in any cases to get a complete thermal equilibrium. Generally, two things like local thermal equilibrium and non-thermal equilibrium plasmas are exist. So local thermal equilibrium means when electron temperature equal to the ion temperature, then it is called as local thermal equilibrium. Whereas when electron temperature is very, very greater than the ion temperature, then it is called as non-thermal equilibrium plasma, which is called as a cold plasma. So all the low density and medium density plasma are comes under the non-thermal equilibrium plasma, non-LT plasma. Then these are the difference occurrence of the plasma naturally. So naturally plasma is not exist in the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, only you can see the plasma. Okay, naturally occurring plasma in the Earth environment, that is the lightning, bijuli. Okay, যেটা আমি বিজুলি পাও, that is plasma. Okay, which consists of a lots of such particles, and because of that, যেটা বিজুলি পড়ে কিবা করে মানুহে কয় গছ মৰি যায় কিবা মানুহ মৰি যায়, because it contains lots of such particles. So a huge electric field is there. So a huge electric current pass through any object. Okay, when it falls. Okay, because of that it becomes burned. Okay, so these are the difference in space, all the space, even universe. Okay, this is plasma is exist here because these are very high temperature regions. Okay, like sun. Okay, any interplanetary medium. Okay, interstellar medium, then intergalactic medium. Okay, these are basically consist of plasma. Then this is kind of a plasma. It can be seen from the Earth environment, like in the country Alaska, Canada. Okay, Alaska, Canada, Iceland, Greenland, Norway. Okay, Sweden, Finland, and Russia. There you can see auroras. Okay, these are basically the plasma. Okay. Okay. So now to create a plasma in laboratory, in our laboratory we produce plasma. Since plasma is exist only in very hot body like sun. Okay. To create the plasma, just increasing the temperature, you need 1 lakh degree centigrade. Okay, so 1 lakh degree centigrade, it is not possible. Okay, because any metals, okay, exist in the Earth environment. Okay, you can like a tungsten. Tungsten, it is a very hard metal. Okay, and the boiling point of the tungsten is also comes under the 4000 degrees centigrade. Okay, 4000 ওপৰলৈ যদি লৈ যোৱা তেনেহলে it will গলিয়ে যাব. Okay, it will melt. Okay, so there are no any surface is available to create plasma in the Earth environment by increasing the temperature. Okay, so there are some different process used to create plasma in laboratory. Okay, these are called electrical discharge. Okay, so different electrical discharge, okay, techniques are used to create plasma. one is called DC glow discharge. So DC glow discharge means like your tube light. Okay, that is also plasma. Okay, what they are doing? Okay, they put two electrodes in the both end. Okay, and giving what? At a voltage দিয়ে আমি ভোল্টেজটা নিতে যাব দুটো সাইডে দুটো ইলেকট্রোড থাকে okay so we put some electric field there so that electric field is used to accelerate the electrons okay exist in the tube okay and that electrons they ionize the other gases which is present in the tube okay so that process is called as simple glow discharge. Here a high electric field is applied across two electrode anode and cathode okay and the gas between these two electrodes okay they get ionized when a sufficient electric field to ionize the gas is supplied okay and the plasma which is produced through using these kind of techniques okay is generally becomes non-thermal plasma that is the cold plasma okay the cold plasma means that it is not hot okay means you can touch it even now plasma are used for different kind of medical surgery okay different kind of treatment okay skin treatment and those things okay and these are even the temperature is quite high because plasma means when you will create a plasma in laboratory generally temperature minimum it is lies like a 1 eV okay the plasma temperature is always expressed in ev instead of degree centigrade or kelvin okay the reason is that generally temperature is 1 ami ki likho degree centigrade ba kelvin ni likho okay but plasma is okay present in the form of ev the reason is that when there is a very high temperature regions okay degree centigrade jodi likhi taka 10000 degree centigrade likhibo lagibo 20000 degree centigrade likhibo lagibo 30000 degree centigrade likhibo lagibo okay to make it simple okay it is converted to ev so 1 ev means 11600 kelvin okay so plasma generally electron temperatures are generally in the range of 11600 kelvin which is equal to 1 ev okay now even the temperature of electrons become 11600 kelvin you can touch those cold plasma okay it will not burn your hand or anything okay the reason is that the flux is too less as well as the electrons are very tiny particles so the moment of transfer will be quite low okay because of that it will not burn your hand or anything okay so this is glow discharge and another discharge are called as radio frequency discharge okay RF discharge generally oscillating field is direct DC means what direct current okay there is no any oscillations okay and RF and AC these are the oscillating electric field is applied okay to make the discharge so RF discharge may be these are two kind of one is called as pulse DC discharge one is called microwave discharge and some are called capacitively coupled discharge and some are negatively coupled discharge okay then plasma characterization techniques okay different kind of techniques actually used to characterize the plasma okay one of the most important technique used to characterize the plasma is called as Langmuir probe which is widely used because whether it is a cold plasma or it is a low density plasma medium density plasma you can classify when you will measure the plasma density and electron temperature okay so plasma density can be calculated using a Langmuir probe which is a very simple technique a electron is inserted into the plasma and the current drawn by that electrode for different biasing voltage of the electrode is measured and if you draw this biasing voltage versus the current drawn by the probe then you will get a curve like this which is called as IV okay IV curve and this IV curve is these regions represent the ion saturation regions, where these regions is represent the electron saturation regions. Generally, these ion saturation regions, from the ion saturation regions, you can calculate the, using some formula, you can calculate the plasma density. Okay, and that regions, okay, is called as transition regions. So from these transition regions, you can easily measure the plasma temperature. Apart from that, a non-invasive techniques, okay, which is called optical emission spectroscopy, where the light, when plasma will generate, they will emit light. Okay, whether a gas behaves like a plasma or not, this is the first time. Okay, when the gas will emit light, then it will be goes to in the plasma state. Okay, so all the plasma they will emit light. So in optical emission spectroscopy, what is doing that light is actually collected with the help of a polymetric lens assembly and a fiber cable, and it is put onto the spectrometer. Then from the spectrometer, such kind of spectral lines, okay, is found, and from this spectrum we can estimate what are the different elements present in the plasma, or what are the plasma density and temperature. So these are the characterization techniques. Then man-made laboratory plasma, that is the cold plasma, the application of the cold plasma. Now we all are using mobile computer, everything. So there are lots of integrated circuit is there, VLSI, ULSI, okay, very large scale integrated circuit, ultra scale integrated circuit. These are without plasma, it is not possible to fabricate any VLSI or ULSI kind of chips. Okay, so plasma etching, plasma assisted chemical vapor depositions, as well as plasma magneton sputtering, such techniques are used to make ULSI, VLSI, such kind of chips or IC. So then one of the biggest research at present world going on, it is to produce energy using plasma. Okay, so all because that petrol, diesel or fossil fuels base all the energy sources, okay, they are going to ban it because of it's polluting to the environment. Okay, so now all the country they are concentrating on clean energy source. Okay, one is the clean energy source, is the renewable energy source, that is the solar energy, wind energy, okay, geothermal and those things. Okay, but reliability on those such sources is little bit still, okay, questionable. Okay, because solar and wind and everything, okay, it depends on your this is not controllable from your hand. Okay, it depends on different factors which is not possible to, okay, you can control it. Okay, so another clean energy source which is not renewable, it is what? Nuclear power. All the first world country or European country, they basically produce energy, electricity, so nuclear energy. Okay, and the nuclear energy basically we can produce in two ways. One is called nuclear fission, one is called nuclear fusion. Okay, now the energy produced in the sun, okay, that process is called nuclear fusion. That is, the light two nuclei or the light two new atoms, okay, fuse together to make a heavier atoms. Okay, when you will make a heavier atoms, then a huge number of energy they release. Okay, and that process is your fusion. Okay, but presently the nuclear reactors, those are available. Okay, worldwide these are nuclear fission based. Uranium is used. So uranium is a radioactive material. So people are trying to produce, to make what sun, artificial sun on earth. Okay, to produce energy. So such device is called as tokamak, which is shown here. Then apart from that, the plasma has a huge applications in coating technology, nanotechnology. Then we know plasma display, okay, packaging, waste to energy productions, solar cells to make solar panels, okay, and also different kind of biocompatible human implants, okay, also plasma agriculture and those things, okay, are used. Then Another some applications of the plasma is in the field of agriculture. Okay, because now people are working on to increase the seed germination production yield using plasma. Okay, because fertilizer we used in the soil. Okay, harbilak ami jibilak use koru to increase the germination and this. So basically urea is what nitrogen. We are supplying nitrogen to the seed. Okay, গতিকে আমি কি এটাতে যে ইনডাইরেক্ট প্রসেস আমি সাৰখিনি মাটিত দিওঁ মাটিৰ পৰা গৈ কি গছডালত সোমাই চিডটোৱে পায় ওকে দেন ইট উইল দিছ এণ্ড ইনষ্টেড অফ দেট ওকে সেই চিডখিনিক যদি ডাইৰেক্টলি নাইট্ৰজেন সোমোৱাই দিব পাৰে তেনেহ'লে নো নিড টু পুট ইন দা সইল ওকে so directly that seed can be bring and seed can be put in the so now using plasma কি কৰে মানুহে সেই নাইট্ৰজেনটো ডাইৰেক্টলি seedত সোমাই দিয়ে okay if need nitrogen then nitrogen if need calcium then calcium okay what kind of okay so these are the process using for like a to increase the production yield and seed germination. Apart from that, there is a big topics, okay, big field like plasma medicine, okay, and non-thermal plasma are used for now different kind of medical use. Then at last, actually, I am going to explain about your this topic is related to your this aptitude program, that is the use of plasma in polymer industry. Okay, so there are different types of actually modifications can be done by plasma for polymer. One is the introduction of functional group on the surface of the polymer. Okay, so it actually introduces chemically reactive functional groups onto the polymer substrate in order to change the wettability, adhesion characteristics, hydrophilicity, and biocompatibility of the polymer. Okay, a very good number of works is going on such kind of field. Then again to increase the surface roughness, because plasma is used to increase this kind of activity because it will not change the temperature or the bulk properties of the plasma. You can change the surface roughness without changing the bulk properties of the plasma. And to create micro and nanostructures, okay, any formations, okay, now low temperature plasma can be utilized. Then also the thin film deposition, different kinds of metallic and hard coating can be developed on the polymer substrate without changing the bulk properties of the polymer, like diamond like carbon coating, carbon nanotubes, okay, ZNO, TiO2, SiO2. These are different kind of thin film can be, and that thin film can be even formed in the scale of means nano scale. Also you can form without hampering the bulk properties of the plasma. Then also for cross-link formation, okay, direct energy transfer from energetic particles, okay, to the polymer surface could introduce cross-linking in the surface. Okay. Then another one application of the plasma in the polymer is the surface graph polymerizations. Okay. Then another another field of in polymer industry plasma application is the plasma polymerizations. Okay, and in plasma polymerizations, okay, it is actually formation of polymeric material under the influence of plasma. So any monomers can, when it will enter to the plasma, they get ionized because of the plasma, and they will again recombine and they will form some polymeric thin film or polymeric substrate in the plasma volume. Then that plasma polymerizations is basically depends on different parameters. One is your discharge power, that is how much electric field you are supplying to the between the electrodes, and of course another operating important condition is the operating gas pressure. Okay, at what pressure you are working, because that gas pressure basically it controls the plasma density and electron temperature. So the change in plasma density and electron temperature, okay, each affect the chain reactions between the polymeric substrate. And apart from that, another important factor is the treatment time and precursor type and concentration. So advantage of this plasma polymerization is that you can produce ultra thin film and with a very good adhesions to the substrate material, and the deposition is independent of the structure and the type of substrate. Then also you can obtain more or less uniform coating or uniform thin film as compared to the conventional techniques. Then at last, just I want to show what are the facilities available at my laboratory, which is known as multidisciplinary experimental and testing accessible laboratory at Assam Science and Technology University. Basically, we are working in the field of plasma science and technology, then waste to energy conversion, that is solid waste management and disposal, as well as the soil research. So these are the facilities at present available at my laboratory. One is the advanced coating reactor, IPPT reactor, then experimental glow research reactor, then plasma pyrolysis plant, basically waste to energy conversion, then TTO derived plasma reactor, then optical emission spectroscopy, then contact angle measurement setup, pH meter, soil and water analysis kit, then Langmuir system, then different kind of DC and other power supplies, function generators, oscilloscopes, then magnetic stirrer, ultrasonic brush, sonicator, soil auger, soil checker, then many kind of heating and cooling systems. So first I will show this IPPT reactor. This is the advanced plasma coating reactor. So we have already these devices granted patent in last year. So this device has a lots of uniqueness that we can go for from hard coating to soft coating, okay, at room temperature. And at present we are basically crystalline silicon thin films at room temperature, because generally the microcrystalline silicon thin films you can generate using PECVD, plasma enhanced chemical vapor depositions, which have lots of drawback, like to create silicon thin films, sealant gas is used, which is very health hazardous. So in this device we use silicon target, which does not have any health related issues. So and silicon targets are used to create silicon thin films. So magneton sputtering technique. But here why it is advanced, because in magneton sputtering techniques generally the neutral silicons are deposited on the surface. So it is not possible to control their energy and mix, because this is the neutral particles. Okay. But in our case, what we are doing, before depositions of these silicon particles from the target, okay, we ionize the silicon atoms before depositions, and when the silicon atoms becomes ionized, it becomes charged particles. Now there is a lots of techniques there to control it. Okay, you can increase the energy by putting some biasing voltage. Okay, so many means advantages is there, and because of that actually the device is got the patent. So and successfully we developed the microcrystalline silicon thin films. I have not shown all the results on this here. Okay, we have successfully developed some microcrystalline silicon thin films, which is already communicated also. And the main advantage is that because now people are working on to produce next generation solar cells, which is basically the flexible solar cells. So flexible solar cells can be produced only when your substrate is a kind of a polymer. Okay, then only you can produce a flexible solar cells. Now PECVD, generally the silicon thin films are developed in the temperature range like 200 degree to 800 degree centigrade. So you cannot use any polymer substrate in PECVD process. But here our operating temperature is the room temperature, and successfully we have recently developed this microcrystalline silicon thin films. And another reactor which is available in my laboratory, it is an experimental glow research reactor. And here basically we are working at present the graphene based battery material, because for electric vehicle, that fast charging is very, very important. So lithium ion battery has a lots of drawback and has a lots of limitations in the fast charging process. So people are working on, because graphene has a lots of kind of good quality and good advantages over this lithium ion and other batteries. So people are working on graphene based to make graphene based battery material. So here we have tried to produce or to try to increase the conductivity of the graphene such that it can be successfully implemented for battery material. And when we have done the experiment, that is the treated the graphene oxide with hydrogen plasma, we have seen that there is a huge reduction of oxygen content when you treat the graphene with antioxidant plasma, and which increases the conductivity drastically. Then this work is actually related to with this polymer industry. We have recently done and published also some work, and one is communicated in Nature Scientific Report. So we have tried to produce some polymeric membrane, okay, for wastewater treatment, because the membranes are basically two kind of, so it is hydrophilic or hydrophobic. So the cellulose nitride membrane generally we use because water purification is now one of the biggest research, okay, going on. So we have tried to increase the anti-fouling properties of the cellulose nitride membrane by using nitrogen and argon plasma, and we have done some experiment on that, and we have seen that the initial contact angle like 87 to we able to decrease it up to like 26, 29 degrees centigrade using nitrogen plasma treatment, as well as that experiment is actually repeated with like argon plasma also. So these are the different photographs of that experiment. We have seen that because of the etching, plasma etching, there are so many surface morphology, roughness, as well as mainly the surface roughness. Okay, it increased drastically, but the back properties, when we have gone through the FDI as well as XPS and those studies, we have seen that there is a, but the back properties remains unchanged instead of this surface properties. So these are the top and bottom view of those experimental works. Then these are the AFM images of surface membranes can be visualized easily from this. Then another work we are doing on tea oil, because tea oil, okay, tea oil has a lots of antimicrobial properties, antifungal as well as antiviral activities. So we have tried to produce thin film using tea oil vapor. So tea oil is actually composed of different kind of hydrocarbons and this. So when we fed this tea oil vapor into the plasma, basically we use argon plasma. Argon is a noble gases, such that it will not react with these tea oil components. So we are successfully able to develop some tea oil means polymer films, and now that antimicrobial properties that study is we are doing collaboratively we are working with Guwahati University Microbial Laboratory to study their antimicrobial properties. So this is the plasma reactor which is used for TTO experiment. Then apart from that, we have actually one Department of Science and Technology financial assistance. I have established a plasma pyrolysis laboratory, which is basically one of the most efficient technology. It is a very big experimental device. So which is actually basically is one of the most efficient technology. It is a very costly technology, but it is a very, very safe technology. Can be used to waste to energy conversion. So we have successfully installed and we have done some experiment with this. Basically, this municipal solid waste, basically using polythene waste, and we have seen that a high calorific gases can be extracted by disposal of this plastic waste through plasma pyrolysis process, and we have seen that the disposal efficiency, okay, it is nearly around 5%. Okay, that is very, very means satisfactory as compared to other techniques like present techniques. Those are using by different like Guwahati Municipal Corporation as well as by Guwahati Medical College. Okay, those techniques are used. Basically, incinerators are used for disposal of e-waste and biomedical waste as well as municipal solid waste. But in case of like incinerator, which is the most actually efficient technology at present, okay, it also produces lots of harmful gases, okay, during the disposal of this mainly basically this plastic waste and e-waste. But in this technique, we have seen that the production of those kind of means hazardous gases, it is almost zero, because we have done the quality pollution control board certificate, everything we have received it, and we have found that without production of any kind of hazardous gases, we have able to successfully decompose this kind of plastic waste as well as different kind of solid waste. And that as actually we have tried to understand the utilization of waste, and recently we have actually found that as has a kind of cement-like behavior, okay, and because of that we have done a series of experiments and producing some mortar blend instead of the cement, and we have found that the produced block has a higher tensile strength, higher compressive strength as compared to the first class brick. Okay, so that work is already we have actually applied for patent. So this is the group member of my laboratory, and thank you very much. Any question? No.
The plasma device into
Plasma device. Okay. So that the device yielding, already I have explained that the plasma is basically when a gas becomes ionized. Okay. Normal gas also. Here there are, if you see the ionizations, you will get a fraction of ionizations because of electromagnetic different kind of radiations. But the fraction is in the order of 10 to the power like minus 20. Okay. So the normal gas, they never behaves like a plasma. Now plasma is when there is a sufficient amount of ionizations takes place, that is the sufficient amount of electrons and positive ions, okay, are exist in the gas environment, then the gas behaves like a plasma. So when a sufficient amount of electrons and positive ions is present in the gas medium, then since these are the positive and negative charge particles, so long range Coulomb force, okay, long range electrostatic force exists in the plasma volume. Okay, and because of the long range electrostatic force, when if you insert any substrate, okay, into the plasma volume, then since electrons have a higher thermal, that is higher kinetic energy than the ions, because ions are heavier, mass is more compared to your electrons, because the lightest ion, if you take hydrogen, okay, hydrogen mass is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram, whereas the electron mass is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. So minus 4 order difference is there. So electrons are very, very lighter, okay, because of that, there is the surface faster than the ions, okay, and compared to the electrons in the plasma volumes, okay, the ions, you can say it is a stable element. So since the electron is faster, okay, so the surface which is immersed in the plasma, a negative potential create around the surface, okay, because electrons are eating negative, okay. So a negative potential is, okay, developed around the means electron. So when a negative potential is arise, okay, then the ions, those are, okay, around the surface, they get accelerated towards the surface. So ions are slowly come, and a layer of ions develop across the negatively charged surface, such that the electric field, because of this negative potential, will not experienced by the other plasma element. So it will shield up, okay, in a small region with the formation of a cloud of negative, or sorry, positive charge particles. That cloud, okay, around the around the electron is termed as a plasma device. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this informative session, and I hope our participants has gained the insight how the plasma engineering, we can say, how it works in the polymer processing, or how the physics behind it. Thank you, sir. So our next session will start now. It will be from Aditya Prakash Bhatnagar. So he has also arrived. So we are starting now. Start করে দিও পার্সোনাল আজির বিষয় নাই না আমার বিষয় দেখো কে হ্যালো হয় আগে একবার স্পিকার মানে এই করে মানে মিটিং টো লাঞ্চ হোৱাৰ আগতে হৈ যাব
এখিনি ম্যাডাম আবশ্যক কিবা নাছিল
আলু সেইবোৰ আছে লুটিকাৰে বনানো
So itu betul tadi.
লুটিকা
Kali naik. Jauh mana? Inggris. Tuh sih.
Satu. একটা মেসেজে পাঠিয়েছে মানে
সমস্যা গুৱাহাটীত থাকে নে এইফালে থাকে বিশেষ সমস্যা এইফালে থাকে নে গুৱাহাটীত থাকে আপোনাৰ প্ৰিন্সিপাল ছাৰ গুৱাহাটীত থাকে নে সেইফালেই হৈ যাব মানে এইফালে সদায় হৈ যাব থাকে নেকি লাঞ্চত মাতিম বুলি ভাবিলে আহিব
আহি আছে লতিকাই কৈছে
যদি ছাডেনলি কৰি দিলে অসুবিধা হ'ব পাৰে
আজি আহিব পাৰে
সুধি চাম
এই সমৰজিৎ এই কি কয় ফটো বা কাৰণে তুমি কৈছে মানে বয়সৰ সৰু এই বন্ধতে কাৰণে তুমি এই সাৰে মানে সেই কৰিব পাৰে না ৰেজিষ্ট্ৰেচন আৰু এই সাৰে মই অলপমান কৰিলোঁ এনঅ'চিটো আপলোড কৰিব আছে মইতো আৰম্ভ কৰাৰ পিছত আপোনাৰ এইটো আকৌ ট্ৰাই কৰি মানে সেই কৰি দিম হোৱা নাই এতিয়ালৈকে আৰু আপোনাৰ এইটো তেখেতে হেল্প কৰি দিব লিখা কাৰণে কৰা
চিনি পাইছে না
Video
চিনি পাইছে না
আমার in-house সুস্মিতার বাড়ি বাকিগুলোর ফুল রেজিস্ট্রেশন সুস্মিতা টু হয় বাকি নহলে তাতে এক্সক্লুড হয়ে যাবে অনলাইনে সাইন করিলা এক মিনিট রবার কথা করতে চেক করিল থাকতে সাইন দিটা চেক করিল ঠিক আছে বন্দিকা বিচানো নিতুমনি কৈছিল ন নিতুমনি রেজিস্ট্রেশন হয় নাই কিবা প্রবলেম হৈছে নিতুমনি পারে নাই ন রেজিস্ট্রেশন করিব তা আগিলে ভাল আছে যে আগিলে রেজিস্ট্রেশন স্কুল আছে আর তাই মাতা দিছে আছে উইল সে okay in group okay and question bank also we had provided one no yesterday you had found no okay are attendance to sign koribo lage এই যে দিন বন্ধ হলো বেমারে আছে বলেন বলে এগিটা নাইটা আনি বই মেসেজ দিছিল অবিনাশ আহিব দরকার করে না এই যে কাজ করে অবিনাশ হয়েছে দেরি হলে Okay, we are going to start the second session, second expert lecture session.
Can we have some Yeah, I'll show that.
So today we have with us Aditya Prakash Bhatnagar sir. He is the plant head of Supreme Industries Limited. It's based in the Kamalpur, Guwahati, nearby Bainhata Sarili. Sir is basically an electrical engineering, and sir is having more than 20 years of experiences in this domain, and now sir is heading the plant. So we welcome you, sir. And before starting the talk, I request our training coordinator, Pranjal Goswami sir, to kindly felicitate our today's speaker with a full namaskar. Thank you, sir.
Should I mail it to you or because the pen drive? Or you I don't know whether it will be accepted or not.
Mail kori diyo.
If it is possible, you can connect my laptop, then it would be easy.
No, sir.
Just for the
The PPT we have online version is YouTube.
So give me the mail ID. File is too large to share.
Then you can save the pen drive, sir. If
Yeah.
it will be accepted. Direct copy paste. This one should again.
One is there, it is engineering.
No, this is not coming, no? So what should we do? Mail by mail if you can.
May I have tried this showing
Small PPT if you can send it. You can make PDF and you can send. Or we can try to do this. From the technical management. Hello? এবাৰ আহকচোন। হেল্ল' হেল্ল' নহয় এবাৰ আহকচোন কিবা এটা মানে পেন এটা মানে সেই ছাৰৰ মানে পিপিটিটো ইয়াতে আনোতে অলপ প্ৰব্লেম হৈ আছে ময়ো পাৰা নাই
report of the complaint test.
অঁ সোনকালে আহিলে ভাল হ'ব।
For the complaint, instructions.
Share me as a share me.
हेलो मुझे मैं अभी एक जगह पर हूँ मुझे सीक्रेट में मुझे एक प्रेजेंटेशन शेयर करना है पेन ड्राइव में पेन ड्राइव को एक्सेस करने के लिए वो एडमिन और वो पासवर्ड वगैरह मांग रहा है हाँ क्या टेस्ट करो फटाफट करो या बोल दो तो मैं अभी टाइप ही कर लेता हूँ हाँ व्हाट्सएप कर दो Actually, it is a
Encryption is there.
yeah, there is a protection.
That's right, yes.
System is complete system. मुझे बोल रहे हैं यूजर नेम और पासवर्ड इनका तो उस पर दे दो इनडेक्स करो दे रहे हो नहीं मैं आईडी बोलता हूँ ना आप लो ना ओपन करो हेलो 618 640 हेलो 618 640 875
जाते हैं फाइल तो बहुत डाला तो सारे के लिए सारा लैपटॉप पर कॉपी हुआ
करिए 618 640 875 अच्छा मेरा इंटरनेट कनेक्ट नहीं है यहाँ का
डीएन सर डीएन
एच में क्या पासवर्ड है एक मिनट रुकिए कनेक्टेड है 618 640 875 ये जो फाइल है मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको ये जो फाइल है ये जो फाइल दिख रहा है ब्लू वाला इसको मुझे ड्राइव में डालना है 50 MB की फाइल हाँ पेन ड्राइव कनेक्टेड है सेंड टू दिखाओ चेक करके दोबारा इनको Here.
Hindi, social studies, so sensory undergo sensitization. Sensory undergo which is
नहीं तो मेल में अगर दे सकते हो 50 से पे बात खोला ना है ये गूगल ड्राइव
5 मिनट ब्लॉक कर रहा हूँ
ड्राइव रहेगा तो एक हो जाएगा
गूगल ड्राइव में
गूगल ड्राइव है गूगल ड्राइव
आप अपने ड्राइव से
मेल में ओ हाँ सर आपका मेल में ये कर दीजिए हाँ फिर आपका मेल ही उधर खोल के
इसमें ड्राइव में डाल दीजिए पास 2005
अब नहले हमें 50 से दी দিব और पिछले का
न्यू
बाद में सर आप हम लोगों को जब भी पीटीए जो जरूरत है थोड़ा छोटा करके आप हम लोगों का गुवाहाटी डायरेक्ट मेल में भेज दीजिए लोगों AICTE को जमा करना है
सबसे इजी प्रोसेस उधर ड्राइव में रहेगा
हाँ।
अभी अपलोड हो रहा है यहाँ पे आपका दिखाएगा जैसे आप ये खत्म हो जाएगा सर ये पूरा हो जाएगा ना उधर मेल खोल लीजिए ड्राइव क्लिक करते ही पहले मैं वही यही फाइल दिखेगा फास्ट
तो हमारे नोटबुक को ले सारा
वही जब बता रहा
एक मिनट रुको स्टार्ट हो जाओ हमारे को साइन अप हो
नहीं नहीं सारा तो बना गया
हाँ राज वो सेक्शन जी के सेक्शन से एक मेल आया है उसके अंदर उनको स्क्रैप पर डेटा भेजना है कुछ मीटिंग है आपको दे देना आज बड़ा लिस्ट पे चलेगा
Vision sir তেরো পিছু পরিষ্কার একশো তেরো ব্যক্তিগত খালি রেজিস্টার করে তো
So can we start?
Yes, sir.
So good afternoon, everybody. First of all, thanks to Jyotika Madam for giving us the opportunity to present here in this session, and it is always a privilege to come at CPAT and do this kind of the training and sessions so that we can share our industrial experience or expertise with the people who are working in this particular engineering environment or the plastic industries or the education or the students. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself that I am Aditya Prakash Bhatnagar, and I am basically an electrical engineer. I am working with Supreme Industries since last 5 years. I am resident of Madhya Pradesh, but in Guwahati since last 3 years I am staying here. Before that I have so much experience, various experience in various industries like Raymond, Vapi, there is Alok Industries, there is a Trident. So I was more into textile also. Then later on in last 5 years I am into the plastics. So currently we have a plant in Kamalpur, Bayhata, and it is a plant where we are manufacturing PVC pipe, HDP pipe, water tank. So this is a big unit. It has started in July 2021. So before proceeding further, I would like to give you a brief history about Supreme Industries. So Supreme Industries is a very pioneer industry. This is India's largest industry who is into the plastic processing. So last year we were processing around 5 lakh metric ton of the polymer, converting into various goods. I will give you the details of in due course of the time. And our vision is that in the next 2 years we will reach up to 1 million metric ton of the polymer conversion. Currently our turnover is around 9,200 crore, and by next year it will reach around 10,000 crores. So we have a leadership into this product segment, and as I told you that we are the leader. So it means that obviously being a leader, it also requires so much quality consciousness, okay, market reach, customer reach. Okay. So process, method, and customer satisfaction. All the three are interrelated. Means if the customer is not satisfied, quality is not okay, whatever you produce, how big your plant is, how big your facility is, you are not going to be successful. So that is the key. So as your topic today, I would like to also listen from each one of you about your profile, means to which audience I am catering today. Please. One by one, I would like to introduce.
Essentially, the budget course
Okay.
and assistant teacher Santari as a social management.
Please.
I am Antona. I'm sorry, I have
Sure.
Myself, Dr. Samarjit Sharma. I am from Pukrawat College, Department of Physics.
Department of Physics.
name is Theophil Input from Pukrawat College, Department of Chemistry.
Department of Chemistry.
I'm Wati Lakshmi, and then Jayanti, Girichanda University, and
Okay.
then my department is chemistry.
You are from Chemistry Department.
Myself, Bortika Deka from Khoraigat College,
Okay.
Assistant Professor, Department of Tourism and Travel Management.
Henderson Gabalika from Khoraigat College, Department Mathematics.
Department of Mathematics. So before going into the Supremes part or what we do, at least we should start with the subject for which we all have been together here. So I will just give you a brief about what about characterization of the polymer and their nanopolymers, so that once you will prepare your documents, and at least you must be aware that on what points we should make our notes or we should study and what is the important. Okay, so 6-7 characteristic I would like to show you here. Now see, about the characterization of the polymer and the nanocomposite, you can divide it into I have written 7, you can add 1 or 2 characteristics further, but 7 are the primary characteristics. So if we study or we go into the detail of these characteristics, we can cover moreover the chemical part, the chemistry or the application part of the characterization of the polymer and the nanocomposites of these polymers. So first is any polymer, it is having thermal characteristic. Okay, what will happen when it will be exposed to various temperature conditions. Okay, so these are the different polymers having different characteristics. So that is the one part to be studied. Second is flame retardancy characterization of the polymer in a nanocomposite. I think it is self-sufficient that flame retardancy means how once it will be exposed into the flame, what calorific value it is having, will it will bear the high temperature or it will melt, on what temperature it will behave in the what manner, that is the flame retardancy. Third is PVT characterization of the polymer nanocomposite. PVT is what? Pressure, volume and temperature. So pressure, volume and temperature characterization of the polymer nanocomposites. Fourth is, it is nowadays a big topic, people are talking much about this particular thing, that plastics biodegradability. So the fourth part is biodegradability characterization of the polymer nanocomposite. Fifth part is characterization of polymer nanocomposite colloids by sedimentation analysis. Sedimentation analysis का थोड़ा सा brief हुआ, जैसे suppose in any process, or suppose if we talk about the water, if we talk about any kind of the liquid flow, if we talk about our water banks, what is, if we will take a sample, then how we are going to test to the characterization that what sediments of the plastics it is containing. So the different test methods are there for that. Now segmental, means if you will concentrate, then it will be benefit for you also. Excuse me, you have to concentrate. See, I have taken out my time from the tight routine, so it is up to for you also. Segmental dynamics of the polymers in polymer/clay nanocomposites. And the seventh characterization is the characterization of rheological properties of the polymer. Rheological means whenever a material is coming under the certain stress, how it will behave. So that curve characteristics is the rheological properties. So if we want to do study in the characterization of the polymer and nanocomposites, then these are the 7 characterization on which we have to elaborate or study further. Now, as we are working into the supreme, so we are also processing the polymer. So there are certain things which we are doing at our labs, okay, and there are few things for which our scope doesn't cover that. So this is the generalized way, but what we cover at our process, I will explain you also. So now coming back to what we are actually, so I will give you a brief about the Supreme Industries. Now the product which we make, as you can see, these are the plastic pipes. Then the second image is of the water tanks. The brownish, the yellowish one is like it is a septic tank, okay. And the white tank, then grey tank, these are the water tank which we store at our rooftop. The last one is this flushing accessories, toilet accessories, then furniture, then storage, almirahs, daraj. Then this is also, you have seen, you must have seen so many ads of the IOCL that they are now pushing that by plastic cylinders, we are supplying gas into the plastic cylinder. Have you seen that posters? If you go to the Lokra side, there is a station of the IOCL. They are a big poster that nowadays LPG is available in the plastic cylinders. So these are very safe. Normally what happens that earlier we have seen that blast ho gaya, tanki phat gayi. All these protections are there. It is not going to happen in these tanks. So these are the kind of the product. There are other as of now our SKU. As of now our SKU is more than 10,000 products. Supreme is making more than 10,000 products. So this is just a glimpse of those products. There are so many others. Now different process are there for processing the polymers. So the major processes which we are catering is one. The first process is the extrusion process. Extrusion process is what? We make pipe. We make pipe in our Kamalpur unit. Okay. HDP pipe, and the HDP is high density polyethylene pipe. PVC is UPVC is unplasticized polyvinyl chloride. So these are the two kind of the pipes which we are manufacturing at our Kamalpur unit, and we have other multiple units also. We are making pipes there. So that process by which we are making the plastics is called extrusion process. So what is extrusion process? Extrusion process is normally high volume manufacturing process where a polymer material enriched with the desired additives is melted and formed in a continuous process. The raw material in the form of granulates is gravity fed into the hopper and through the feed rod drops on a rotating screw. What happens? We get the polymer, suppose Reliance, I will take the name of the Reliance. Reliance is the major supplier for polymers in India, one of the biggest supplier. Okay. I think the largest supplier in India. So Reliance provides us the raw material in the polymers from the you can say granule form. Then we add some additives like wax, we may add color, we made some other plasticizers. Okay. Then it goes into a process called compounding, where we mix all these materials, then it is get heated up, then the final product, when it is again come back into the powder form, goes into the storage silo. तो storage silo में जाने के बाद फिर जो आपकी extrusion process है वहाँ से start होती है. You are comfortable in Hindi also, it is okay. So वहाँ से फिर आपकी extrusion process चालू होती है. Extrusion process में वो जो material जो बना mix करके बहुत सारे additives, it goes into the hopper. Hopper is the kind of the vessel where the material are kept stored. फिर वो hopper से वो material आपका मशीन में आता है, मशीन रोटेट कर रही है. ये जैसे जो आपको स्क्रू दिख रहा है, ये जो स्क्रू दिख रहा है आपको, ये स्क्रू रोटेट कर रहा है, घूम रहा है, ठीक है. Then material falls into that screw, slowly moves on towards the front direction. स्क्रू में बहुत अलग-अलग zones होते हैं, हर zone पे अलग-अलग temperature रखा जाता है, so that it gets free flowing. तो फ्री फ्लोइंग होने के बाद में फिर जब मटेरियल मेल्टेड फॉर्म में बाहर आता है, तो बाहर आने के बाद में फिर देयर इज अ प्रोसेस कॉल्ड वैक्यूमाइजेशन. एक वैक्यूम टैंक होता है जिसके अंदर वाटर स्प्रे होता रहता है. तो वैक्यूम टैंक के अंदर वो मटेरियल जो बाहर निकल रहा है मेल्टेड मटेरियल, उसको वैक्यूम टैंक के अंदर पुश कर देते हैं. तो पुश करने के बाद में जैसे ही वैक्यूम टैंक के अंदर पुश करते हैं तो क्या होता है, from all across the wall of the vacuum tank, it is creating a vacuum suction. तो वो जो suction होता है वो चारों तरफ से even है, it is even in all the direction. Then it takes the shape of a pipe. Okay, and immediately in that vacuum chamber there is a water is getting sprayed. तो पाइप वहीं ठंडा हो जाता है, ठंडा हो जाता है तो उसी शेप के अंदर वो पाइप के फॉर्म में निकलना शुरू हो जाता है. Then if the flow is consistent, temperature is consistent, आपकी प्रोसेस कंसिस्टेंट रहेगी, आपके पाइप आप निकालते रहो जब तक निकाल रहे हो, आपके पीछे से मटेरियल आ रहा है. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एक्सट्रूजन प्रोसेस. बड़ी सिंपल सी प्रोसेस है, टेम्परेचर डिपेंडेंट है. टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो मटेरियल जल जाएगा, टेम्परेचर गड़बड़ कम हो जाएगा तो मटेरियल फ्लो नहीं होगा. ठीक है, सिंपल टेम्परेचर बेस्ड प्रोसेस है. पॉलीमर्स, अब बात आती है कि पॉलीमर्स में हम इसको पॉलीमर से कैसे रिलेट करें. तो पहली बात तो पॉलीमर को प्रोसेस कर रहे हैं. अब इसमें दो बात और आती है कि हम यहाँ पर दो तरह के पाइप बना रहे हैं. एक बना रहे हैं हम पीवीसी का पाइप और एक बना रहे हैं एचडीपी का पाइप. इसके अलावा कुछ पीपीआर भी होता है, सीपीवीसी भी होता है. तो एवरी पॉलीमर इज हैविंग डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स.
एसटीपी वाला कौन सा पाइप होता है? वो
काला कलर का पाइप होता है. सीपीवीसी अलग होता है. सीपीवीसी होता है क्लोरीनेटेड पॉलीविनाइल क्लोराइड. सीपीवीसी की आता हूँ, सीपीवीसी पे भी आता हूँ. तो पीवीसी की प्रॉपर्टीज क्या होती हैं कि अगर पीवीसी का फ्री फ्लो अगर बंद हुआ, जो वो पीछे से मटेरियल आ रहा है, एक्सट्रूजन से पास हो रहा है, टैंक में जा रहा है, पाइप बन रहा है. बिकॉज ऑफ एनी रीजन इफ इट गेट्स स्टक, ओके, पावर चला गया, सो व्हाट हैपेंस, पीवीसी में इमीडिएटली बर्निंग स्टार्ट हो जाएगी. तो द मटेरियल व्हिच गेट्स बर्न व्हेन इट इज एक्सपोज्ड टू द टेम्परेचर ऑन अ for a duration, say suppose 5-10 minutes, or it starts getting burning, that material is PVC. Okay, same characterizations for the CPVC. It gets burn even earlier, within 2 minutes. Okay, तो CPVC और जल्दी बर्न करता है. HDP में ये समस्या नहीं है. HDP जो मटेरियल है वो देखने में आपका प्रोसेस होता है, वैसे तो ग्रेनुल फॉर्म में जब आता है तो बड़ा वाइटिश सा मटेरियल होता है, और उसको जब काला करने के लिए इसके अंदर कार्बन ब्लैक मिलाया जाता है. So after once the complete compound is coming out from the extrusion and there is a black pipe, उसमें ये problem नहीं है. When even if it is get stuck, it won't burn. You can again restart the machine, it will come out properly. Okay. Only when the time of the starting whatever scrap is generated, that is the process part. Otherwise, it is not going to harm your machine or the material. Okay. So ये polymer की characterization हो गई. ये हर polymer अलग-अलग तरह से thermal कर में expose जब हो रहा है तो behave कर रहा है. Now coming back to CPVC. CPVC और UPVC में जो अंतर है, UPVC आपका अपने घरों में जो ड्रेनेज के पाइप लगे होते हैं, ऊपर बिल्डिंग में देखा होगा ऊपर से पाइप निकलते हैं, दैट इज UPVC पाइप. दैट UPVC में भी वो कौन सी कैटेगरी है? सीवेज पाइप. ओके, तो उसका एप्लीकेशन है सीवेज कलेक्ट करने के लिए. इसके बाद एक कैटेगरी आती है, इसको सिंपल UPVC बोलते हैं, जो कि एग्रीकल्चर में पानी के अंदर कैरी करने के लिए यूज करते हैं. सो दैट पर्टिकुलर पाइप इज फॉर carrying the water that can be used even for the drinking purpose. Okay, lead free, there is no contamination. If it will get exposed to the acid, it won't contaminate. Okay, तो वो UPVC है. CPVC की characterization ये है कि CPVC आपका यूज होता है hot and cold water application में. आपके जो घर में अपने गीजर्स जो लगते हैं, गीजर्स के अंदर जो पाइपिंग पहले SS की होती थी, nowadays it happens of the PVC. तो जब CPVC जब आप लगाते हैं तो CPVC का जो टेम्परेचर बियरिंग कैपेसिटी है दैट इज अप टू 70 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. और हम लोग नहाते हैं कितने से 45 डिग्री का पानी लेके उसको ठंडा कर लेते हैं नॉर्मलाइज करके. सो अप टू 70 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड दैट पाइप वोंट गेट बर्न. PVC यूज कर लेंगे तो वो 55 डिग्री में बर्न कर जाएगा. PVC इज नॉट सुटेबल फॉर हॉट एंड कोल्ड एप्लीकेशन. जहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड पड़ रही हो, माइनस में टेम्परेचर जा रहा हो, PVC का पाइप क्रैक कर जाएगा. CPVC वोंट क्रैक, राइट? So these are the different. So now with that you can understand we have talked about 4 different types of the polymers. We have talked about PVC, we have talked about CPVC, we have talked about HDP, we have talked about SWR. SWR is part of the PVC only. There is a PPR also. So every polymer is having different characteristic when it is getting exposure to different pressure, volume or the temperature. Okay. So very interesting subject. If you will read it, it won't take much of the time to get a basic knowledge. If you will read it, it is a very interesting subject. Now, this I have talked about extrusion process. Now, the second is injection molding machine. Injection molding machine, the process is almost a kind of extrusion process, but there is a little bit difference. Injection molding process is basically used to make object like chairs, furnitures, okay, any kind of the job which is require a mold, okay. So you can push the material into the mold and it will take the shape of that mold and come out into that shape. So those plastic chairs, those plastic furniture, all these things are made through injection molding process. इंजेक्शन मोल्डिंग प्रोसेस में क्या करते हैं, वही मटेरियल है, वो पीवीसी भी हो सकता है, सीपीवीसी हो सकता है, उस मटेरियल को हॉपर में लिया, हॉपर में लेने के बाद में हाइड्रोलिक्स के थ्रू देयर इज अ इंजेक्शन प्रेशर व्हिच वी बिल्ट अप टू फीड दैट मटेरियल इनटू द हॉपर, एंड देन हॉपर से वो मटेरियल पास होके जाता है आपका जो मोल्ड है, दैट मोल्ड, उस मोल्ड में जाएगा, उस मोल्ड में जाकर वो शेप लेगा, देन देयर विल बी अ कूलिंग, एंड कूलिंग के बाद वंस यू विल ओपन इट आउट, इट विल कम आउट इन द शेप ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर आर्टिकल व्हिच यू वांट टू प्रोड्यूस. तो आपके जितने भी ये जो चेयर अभी आप देख रहे हो जिस पे आप बैठे हुए हो, इसका कुशन वाला अगर हिस्सा छोड़ दिया जाए तो बाकी सब जो भी बना है वो इंजेक्शन मोल्डिंग प्रोसेस ही बना है, ठीक है. दैट इज इंजेक्शन मोल्डिंग प्रोसेस. सो academic point of view से injection molding is a process in which a thermoplastic polymer is heated above its melting point, resulting in the conversion of the solid polymer to a molten fluid with a reasonably low viscosity. This melt is mechanically forced, that is injected into a mold in the shape of the desired final object. So that is the injection molding process. यहाँ तक किसी का कुछ क्वेश्चन, कोई सवाल, कोई बात, कुछ सवाल? All okay? Now the third is the rotational molding process. That is another process of converting a polymer into a desired article. So the rotational molding process is about, there is a oven, a big oven, okay, and there's a kind of the mold in which you put a material in the powder form, and it rotates on its biaxial axis, and when it rotates on its biaxial axis, it takes the shape of that particular mold in which the material is rotating. That particular, this rotation is happening inside an oven where the temperature is around 200-300 degrees centigrade. Okay. After a certain period of time, when we assume, with the experience that we assume that after say suppose 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that material is properly spreaded into that particular mold, we take it out and then we expose it to either through water cooling or we can cool it through the air, and then we again open that mold and that particular article comes out. तो अभी इस प्रोसेस से हम क्या बनाते हैं, इस प्रोसेस से हम जो बनाते हैं, सुप्रीम क्या बनाती है, सुप्रीम बनाती है इस प्रोसेस से पानी की टंकियाँ, ठीक है. और क्या बनाती है, आपके बनाती है जो पैलेट्स आते हैं, पैलेट्स जिसके ऊपर माल रख के लेके जाते हैं. पैलेट मतलब नीचे का एक ऐसा कंटेनर रहता है जिसके ऊपर आपने देखा होगा कोई भी मटेरियल आ रहा है उसके ऊपर रख के कंटेनर के अंदर लोड होके जाता है, उसको पैलेट्स बोलते हैं. तो वो पैलेट्स बनाती है. आपके एग के क्रेट्स आते हैं, क्रेट्स आते हैं इसमें एग आता है, बॉटल्स आती हैं प्लास्टिक पेप्सी की बॉटल की जो क्रेट्स आती हैं, वो सारी इसके थ्रू बनती है. ये सारी प्रोसेस रोटेशन मोल्डिंग के थ्रू होती है. रोटेशन मोल्डिंग के अंदर जो प्रोसेस में मटेरियल यूज होता है उसको बोलते हैं LLDPE, लो डेंसिटी पॉलीएथिलीन. ठीक है, ये नया एक और पॉलीमर आया आपके सामने भी, ठीक है. LLDPE, लो डेंसिटी पॉलीएथिलीन. इसकी प्रॉपर्टीज ये है कि ये फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है, इसमें इलास्टिसिटी ज़्यादा है. उसकी वजह से when the tanks are getting exposed to the external environment, so in a thermal stress it expands, and when the weather gets colder then it shrinks, but it doesn't crack. Okay, तो आपको लाइफ अच्छी मिलती है इन प्रोडक्ट्स की जो आप रोटेशन मोल्डिंग में LLDP के थ्रू बनाते हैं. पैरेलली there is another process which is called blow molding process. जो आप इंजेक्शन मोल्डिंग में बनाते हो वो सारा का सारा आप ब्लो मोल्डिंग में भी बना सकते हो, ठीक है, सब कुछ बन जाएगा. अंतर क्या है, वहां आप यूज कर रहे थे LLDP, यहाँ पे आप यूज करोगे HDPE ऑफ द ब्लो मोल्डिंग ग्रेड. उसमें एक ग्रेड है, तो HDPE फॉर द ब्लो मोल्डिंग ग्रेड. अंतर क्या है प्रोसेस में, वहां एक ओवन था, then there was a mold, we have put the powder into it, it was getting rotated, and then once it is coming out we are cooling it and the job was coming out. That was the process of the rotational molding. यहाँ process थोड़ी different है. यहाँ जैसे अपन जब पाइप बना रहे थे तो अपन मटेरियल फिट कर रहे थे तो वो मेल्टेड फॉर्म में बाहर निकल रहा था, तो यहाँ पर सबसे ऊपर वाला जो पोर्शन दिख रहा है वहाँ पे वैसे ही एक्सट्रूडर लगा हुआ है, टॉप जो पोर्शन है यहाँ पर वैसा ही एक्सट्रूडर लगा हुआ है जो पाइप बनाने में यूज होता है। वो एक्सट्रूडर क्या कर रहा है, मटेरियल को मेल्ट करके लेके आ रहा है एंड देन मटेरियल इज कमिंग डाउन। जब वो नीचे आ रहा है तो वहां पर उसके ऊपर एक एक्सट्रूडर, 2 एक्सट्रूडर, 3 एक्सट्रूडर, 4 एक्सट्रूडर, 5 एक्सट्रूडर तक भी हो सकते हैं, बहुत सारे एक्सट्रूडर हो सकते हैं, मतलब अलग अलग मटेरियल आ रहा है और एक के बाद एक के बाद एक के बाद एक करके लेयर करके गिर रहा है, ठीक है। उसके बाद ये मोल्ड है, ये जो पोर्शन है ये मोल्ड का पोर्शन, जहाँ पे वो आदमी खड़ा हुआ है उसके पास में, दिस इज द मोल्डिंग सेक्शन, दिस इज द मोल्ड। दैट मटेरियल इज कमिंग इनटू द मोल्ड। मोल्ड में आने के बाद प्रोसेस का नाम क्या है, ब्लो मोल्डिंग प्रोसेस। So something is blowing. So what happens when the material is coming to the mold, then air is getting blowed. अगर the air is getting blowed तो वो जो material आया, जो आपका पेरिजन बोलते हैं उसको, it is called पेरिजन, वो पेरिजन फॉर्म में है, मतलब वो लूज फॉर्म में है, वो एक्सपेंड होता है। वो एक्सपेंड कहाँ तक होगा, अप टू द साइज ऑफ द मोल्ड, जो आपका मोल्ड है, तो मोल्ड की वॉल पे चला जाता है वो और वो शेप ले लेता है, एंड वंस इट टेक दैट शेप तो वो आपका वो ऑब्जेक्ट बन गया। एंड आफ्टर कूलिंग प्रोसेस वी टेक इट आउट, तो ऐसी टंकी बन के निकल आती है। तो टंकी तो वहाँ भी बन रही थी, टंकी यहाँ भी बन रही थी, अंतर क्या हुआ, वो टंकी बन रही थी इससे LLDPE से, ये टंकी बनी HDPE से, हाई डेंसिटी पॉलीएथिलीन, ये डिफरेंस है। HDPE की प्रॉपर्टीज और LDPE की प्रॉपर्टीज में क्या अंतर है, इस प्रोसेस के अंदर प्रोडक्टिविटी ज्यादा है, इस प्रोसेस के अंदर जो प्रोडक्ट बनता है उसकी थर्मल स्टेबिलिटी, हालांकि अब जैसे अपन गुवाहाटी की बात करें तो गुवाहाटी इज नॉट एक्सपोज टू वेरी हाई टेम्परेचर्स, द टेम्परेचर हियर डजंट गो इनटू द 42, 43, 44, इट डजंट गो लाइक दैट, दैट्स नॉट मच दैट देयर इज नो सच थर्मल स्ट्रेस, बट देयर आर एनवायरनमेंट्स where the temperature is goes into 45, 46, 47 and even in the winter season it goes into -2, 3, isn't it? So उन एनवायरनमेंट के लिए ये जो टैंक है आफ्टर अ सर्टेन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, से 2 year or 3 year, there is a chances that it will develop cracks because it will try to expand when there will be a hotter season, but because of the limitation of the elasticity it won't be able to expand. So under the stress of the water जो कि अंदर है उसके और बाहर से उसको एक्सपेंड करने के लिए कुछ मिल नहीं रहा है, it slowly cracks will start developing it, ठीक है। तो ये मार्केट में भी थोड़ा सा कम पैसे में मिलेगा, बट इट वर्क्स। अगर मैं गुवाहाटी में बात करूं तो आप LLDP भी खरीदिए, HDP भी खरीदिए, ज़्यादा अंतर आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा, वो पता पड़ा ये 8 साल चला तो वो 10 साल चला, तो इट डजंट मैटर दैट मच, बट एस्थेटिकली एंड द कॉस्ट क्वालिटी कॉन्शियस पीपल विल प्रेफर रोटो मोल्डिंग टैंक्स, ओके। ये 4 प्रोसेस हैं, अब इन 4 प्रोसेस पे अपन थोड़ा सा रुकते हैं। यहाँ तक किसी का कोई सवाल कुछ डिस्कस करना चाहता हो, कुछ पूछना चाहता हो? इसके अलावा भी प्रोसेस होती हैं, इसके अलावा प्रोसेस होती है, कैलेंडरिंग प्रोसेस होती है। कैलेंडरिंग प्रोसेस में क्या होता है, मैं इसमें दिखाया ऐड नहीं किया। कैलेंडरिंग प्रोसेस के अंदर मटेरियल वैसे ही एक्सट्रूडर से बाहर निकला, उसके बाद जैसे उसको फिल्म की तरह फैला दिया जाता है, फैला के उसको फिर पास किया जाता है, तो आपके जो रोल्स आते हैं प्लास्टिक के, वो कैलेंडरिंग प्रोसेस कहलाती है। तो वो चूंकि हम यहाँ करते नहीं है तो उसको मैंने यहाँ शो नहीं किया, बट इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड वी कैन डिस्कस फर्दर। यहाँ तक किसी का कोई सवाल?
So for you, which one do you prefer, LDP or HDP?
Sorry, LDP
Or HDP, which one do you prefer for you?
we have both the processes. See, we are the business people, so we will also make LDP tank, we will also make HDP tank.
So you prefer both?
For as a person, if you will ask me, I will prefer LDP tank, because see, buying a tank and putting it at the roof is also taking so much of the energy and the efforts. So it is not about only the cost of the tank, it is about the cost of the manpower which is involved, it is about the cost of the plumber which is involved, it is also about the cost of the support structure I have made for that particular tank. तो एक बार करना है, बढ़िया चले।
सर मार्केट में जो 3 लेयर टैंक होते हैं वही
नहीं, 3 लेयर, 4 लेयर, 2 लेयर, ये इस तरह के जो भी टैंक आते हैं ये आप HDP में भी बना सकते हैं, ब्लो मोल्डिंग में भी बना सकते हैं, और वो आप रोटेशनल में भी बना सकते हैं। अब आपको HDP में बनाना है तो पहले HDP में कैसे बनाओगे, ऊपर 4 एक्सट्रूडर लगे हुए हैं, ऊपर वाली जो वो दिख रही है वहाँ पे 1 2 3 4 एक्सट्रूडर, चारों एक्सट्रूडर से मटेरियल मेल्ट होके आ रहा है, फिर वो नीचे आ रहा है एक के पीछे एक, ठीक है, और चारों जाके वहाँ पर एक साथ उसके अंदर ब्लोइंग हो रही है, तो 4 लेयर का टैंक बन गया, ठीक है। रोटेशन मोल्डिंग में कैसे करते हैं, पहले वो चूंकि घूम रहा है ना वो, तो पहले एक बार पाउडर डाला, और पाउडर डालने के बाद इट स्प्रेडेड अक्रॉस द बॉडी ऑफ द मोल्ड, बन गया, फिर उसको बाहर निकाल लिया, फिर दोबारा पाउडर डाला, ठीक है, फिर उसको घुमाया। ऐसे करके आप जितने लेयर चाहो उतने बना सकते हो। तो लेयर का मतलब क्या होता है, ऐसा लेयर से हम ये समझते हैं कि जितनी ज़्यादा लेयर होगी टैंक उतना मजबूत होगा, वो एक एस्पेक्ट नहीं है। एस्पेक्ट ये है, पानी में हम पानी को यूज़ करते हैं नॉर्मल हाउस होल्ड के अलावा ड्रिंकिंग पर्पज़ के लिए भी। हमारे घर में जो पानी आता है वो हमारी टंकी से ही आ रहा है ना, जो घर के ऊपर लगी हुई है। सो पानी में वंस इट गेट एक्सपोज टू द एनवायरनमेंट और एक्सपोज टू द सन, देयर इज अ नेचुरल फिनोमेनन ऑफ द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द अलगी। काई जमती, काई समझते हैं ना, काई है ना, काई, अलगी समझते हैं, हरा हरा जो जमता है, फंगस वो जो जमता है। अलगी इज नॉट गुड फॉर ह्यूमन बॉडीज, सो फॉर दैट पर्पज व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड, अ यूवी प्रोटेक्शन इज रिक्वायर्ड। तो वो जो बाकी जो लेयर्स हैं ना, वो लेयर के अंदर डिफरेंट केमिकल्स डाले जा रहे हैं, सो दैट आपका जो पानी है वो आपको इस तरह की आने वाली जो बैक्टीरियल डिजीजेज हैं या एक्सपोजर की वजह से जो जनरेट होते हैं उनसे आपको प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। एक्सटर्नल पानी में ही कुछ है तो उसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है। उसके लिए भी अभी हमने नया शुरू किया है और भी कंपनीज कर रही हैं। वी आर ऑल्सो मेकिंग अ लेयर विच इज़ हैविंग कॉपर। आजकल बड़ा वो टीवी में ऐड आता है ना, वो कॉपर वाला पानी पियो, ठीक है, तो कॉपर वाली टंकी बनाना भी शुरू कर दिया है, तो वो सब चालू हुआ है। सो द पर्पज इज दैट जो लेयर्स हैं, अप टू अ 3 लेयर टैंक इज अ वेरी गुड टैंक, 4 लेयर गिव इट मोर लाइफ, ओके। उसके ऊपर सब मार्केटिंग गिमिक है, बोले मेरा 6 लेयर टैंक है, मेरा 8 लेयर टैंक है, वो सब मार्केटिंग गिमिक है। 3 लेयर इज ओके, 3 लेयर के अंदर आपके सारे चीज़ें कवर हो जाती हैं। 4th लेयर उस 3 लेयर को एडिशनल प्रोटेक्शन दे देता है, क्योंकि आप पैसा खर्च कर रहे हो, भाई लाइफ लॉन्ग का सवाल है, 2000 रुपये ज़्यादा खर्च कर रहे हो, तो 4 लेयर तक ठीक है। उसके बाद सब बेकार की बात है अभी तक। तो एनीथिंग एल्स?
He's from Mathematical breaker.
वाह, क्या बात है, क्या
From
बात है।
Naiper.
He is the person who is going to challenge me. Good, good. Fine. So, any other question? आपका किसी का question? और we can move ahead further. आगे जा सकते हैं। आप लोग ये जो पढ़ रहे हो, ये जो टॉपिक के ऊपर डिस्कशन चल रहा है, आपका फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम जो है, इसमें आप लोगों को कहाँ इसकी जरूरत पड़ने वाली है? दैट इज व्हाट, बिकॉज वी आर डूइंग एन इंटरेक्टिव सेशन, तो आपको उसका कुछ फायदा होना चाहिए। आपके लिए क्या मतलब है वो निकल के आना चाहिए। तो आपके लिए क्या काम है?
हम लोग ये है कि सर, हम लोग जो यहाँ सीख रहे हैं, ये सीख के हम लोग बच्चों को सिखा सकते हैं कि पॉलीमर का यूज कैसे करना चाहिए, और पॉलीमर हम लोग जो कर रहा है, पॉलिथीन वगैरह जो फेंक रहा है, सिप पैकेट वगैरह ये सब फेंक रहा है, वाटर बॉटल फेंक रहा है, ये सब हम सिखाने के लिए आ रहे हैं।
So you want to educate your students about the polymer, the technologies and why it is required. ये आपका पर्पस है। So being into the educational background, और हमारे ऊपर जो बच्चों को पढ़ाने की जिम्मेदारी होती है, तो एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आती है। बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी किस बात की आती है कि हम उनको एजुकेट तो करें, बट हम उनको एजुकेट के साथ में ये भी बताएं कि व्हाट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एसोसिएटेड अलॉन्ग विद द एजुकेशन फॉर विच दे आर बीइंग एजुकेटेड। जिसके लिए वो जो पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं उसके साथ में आगे जाके उनको क्या क्या जिम्मेदारियाँ हैं उनकी, बिकॉज ऑफ दे हैव द नॉलेज। ओके, nowadays we are talking about that India, आज की डेट में इंडिया वर्ल्ड का 5th लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी है, एंड वी आर स्ट्राइविंग हार्ड कि हम 2030 तक टॉप 3 में आ जाएं। वी आर फोकसिंग मोर ऑन मेक इन इंडिया। ओके, मेक इन इंडिया मीन्स व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ मेक इन इंडिया? मेक इन इंडिया दैट वी आर द प्रोड्यूसर एंड आवर मार्केट इज, व्हाट इज आवर मार्केट? Our market is world. Okay, we will make everything in India, but our market would be the world. So when we are competing with the world, when we are competing with all the premium industries, all the pioneers in the industries, so जैसे हम चाइना को आज बोलते हैं ना, चाइना का प्रोडक्ट लोग भरोसा नहीं चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा, वी डोंट वांट कि हमारे इंडियन प्रोडक्ट के बारे में कोई ऐसा कहे, है ना। सो वी वांट टू क्रिएट अ डिफरेंस इन द वर्ल्ड मार्केट इन टर्म्स ऑफ द क्वालिटी, इन टर्म्स ऑफ द कॉस्ट इफेक्टिवनेस, इन टर्म्स ऑफ द वॉल्यूम सप्लाई। सो जो बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, जो आप लोग जो उनको पढ़ाते हैं, तो इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट बात ये है कि आप उनको ये भी समझाएं कि सब्जेक्ट इज ओके, सी दिस इज अ सब्जेक्ट व्हिच यू वांट टू स्टडी, यू विल स्टडी, इट इज इन योर करिकुलम, इट इज फाइन। हम ये पढ़ क्यों रहे हैं? हम ये पढ़ इसलिए रहे हैं कि वंस यू विल गेट द अवेयरनेस अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट, आपको ये देखना है कि आप किस तरह के बेस्ट स्टैंडर्ड्स को जो वर्ल्ड में चल रहे हैं उनको आप कैटर करते हुए, समझते हुए, आप कोई भी प्रोडक्ट आपकी नॉलेज में बने या मॉनिटर करें, इंस्पेक्ट करें, जो भी आपका प्रोफाइल आया आगे जाके भविष्य में, उसके अंदर कहीं भी आप क्वालिटी को लेकर कंप्रोमाइज ना करें, है ना। इफ यू विल कंप्रोमाइज, लर्निंग कंप्रोमाइज टुडे, देन एवरीथिंग, द कैरेक्टर विल बी लाइक कंप्रोमाइजिंग, चलता है वाली जनरेशन से हम आगे वाली जनरेशन है, राइट। वी आर द जनरेशन हु वांट्स टू ब्रिंग डिफरेंस इनटू दिस कंट्री, इनटू दिस वर्ल्ड। सो क्वालिटी कॉन्शियस होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो अभी इस सेशन को जब हम आगे लेके जा रहे हैं, तो वो हम ये बताएंगे कि सुप्रीम इंडस्ट्रीज, जो हम बड़े प्राउडली बोलते हैं, आई एम ऑल्सो एन एम्प्लॉय, बड़े प्राउडली बोलते हैं दैट वी आर द नंबर 1 कंपनी इन द प्लास्टिक्स। ओके, सो नंबर 1 कंपनी ऐसे नहीं बना, नंबर 1 कंपनी को सस्टेन बनना भी उतनी बड़ी बात नहीं है। कोई पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट क्लिक कर जाता है, टॉप हो जाते हो, ठीक है। आजकल इंस्टा पे रील बना के लोग 1 मिलियन फॉलोअर बना लेते हैं, पर इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है? सस्टेन करना। सस्टेनमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, है ना। एक बार सक्सेस तो सबको मिल सकती है ना, बाई चांस हो जाती है, लॉटरी तो नहीं मिल सकती है ठीक है। तो सस्टेनमेंट, उस सक्सेस को रिटेन कर पाना इज द मेन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। और उसके लिए जो मेहनत लगती है वो लगती है द राइट टूल्स, द राइट नॉलेज, द राइट एटीट्यूड, द राइट अप्रोच। वो अगर नहीं होगी तो कभी भी आपकी सक्सेस किसी भी तरह की हो, वो सस्टेन नहीं कर पाएगी। सुप्रीम की सक्सेस का जो कारण है वो ये है कि आज भी, बिकॉज वी आर ऑल्सो प्रोड्यूसिंग, सीपेट के लोग आते हैं, इंस्पेक्शन करते हैं, प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं, हमारा गवर्नमेंट को प्रोडक्ट्स जाते हैं, दे ऑल्सो डू स्ट्रिंजेंट चेकिंग, सीपेट कभी भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करता। देन देयर इज अनदर एजेंसी कॉल्ड ब्यूरो ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड। ब्यूरो ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड ने मैक्सिमम आर्टिकल्स के लिए स्टैंडर्ड्स डिफाइन कर दिए कि आपको ऐसा ही बनाना है, ठीक है। अगर इफ यू विल वॉयलेट दिस, आज 5 साल पहले जितने आर्टिकल्स ब्यूरो ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड ने एज अ मैंडेटरी सर्टिफिकेशन में लिए थे, अब इससे कहीं ज़्यादा हो चुके हैं, ठीक है। स्लोली एंड स्लोली मोस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट विच वी आर यूजिंग इन अवर रूटीन लाइफ एंड फॉर विच वी आर ड्रीमिंग ऑफ मेकिंग इट बिगर इनटू द वर्ल्ड मार्केट एज अ सप्लायर, उसके लिए स्टैंडर्ड्स डिफाइन होते जाते हैं, है ना। सो सुप्रीम लीडर इसलिए है कि सुप्रीम कहीं पर भी क्वालिटी कंप्रोमाइज नहीं करता अपनी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के अंदर। वी डोंट वांट टू मेक मनी बाय डूइंग एनी शॉडी प्रैक्टिसेस। अब कैसे कंट्रोल करते हैं? तो ठीक है, ये तो अच्छा डायलॉग था, ठीक है, हम वैसा करते नहीं हैं, ठीक है। तो हम करते कैसे हैं? हाउ वी मैनेज इट, दैट इज द इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग। सो वी हैव अ वेरी मींस इफ यू विल आस्क मी, आई थिंक आई वोंट से दैट अदर्स आर नॉट डूइंग, बट एटलीस्ट वी कैन से वी आर डूइंग at the best level, or others can come up to the at par up to us. They can't means you can say go beyond our expertise or our capacities. हमारे बराबर आ सकते हैं क्वालिटी चेकिंग के अंदर, क्योंकि वो तो एक स्टैंडर्ड है, उस स्टैंडर्ड को सभी फॉलो करेंगे तो सभी के साथ हो जाएगा। तो आई विल शो यू अबाउट कि हम लैब में हमारे पास इक्विपमेंट होते कैसे कैसे हैं और किस तरह से हम उनके साथ काम करते हैं। तो द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड इज दैट आई विल शो यू वन बाय वन द लैब इक्विपमेंट और उसका पर्पस क्या है, वेरी शॉर्टली। आपको इंग्लिश दिख रहा है? The first instrument which you can see is a stress relief test. It is a hot air circulating oven tester. हॉट एयर सर्कुलेटिंग ओवन टेस्टर का जो काम होता है, जो मैंने आपको बताया सीवेज में जो पाइप लगता है, SWR पाइप ड्रेनेज के अंदर जो लगता है, उसको ओवन में सर्टेन पीरियड तक रख के ये देखा जाता है कि उसके अंदर डिफॉर्मेशन आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है, श्रिंक तो नहीं हो गया, फैल तो नहीं गया, एक्सपेंड रेंज के बाहर तो नहीं चला गया, क्योंकि जब वो एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट में जाएगा तो वो सारे के सारे एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस में एक्सपोज होगा। दूसरा है सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड रेजिस्टेंस। ड्रेनेज के अंदर क्लीनिंग के अंदर कई तरह के केमिकल्स यूज होते हैं, ब्लीचिंग पाउडर है, एसिड्स है. So suppose if the pipe is not able to sustain those chemicals, it will melt, otherwise it will get burn out. तो उसका भी टेस्टिंग होता है कि ये कैसा एनवायरनमेंट में एसिड की कंडीशन में बिहेव करेगा, तो उसके लिए ये टेस्टर है. Then this is the electrical cone shaped burner. This is for the ash content. Ash content means अभी हमने बात की थी क्वालिटी की. क्वालिटी में पाइप में अगर कुछ गड़बड़ मिलाओगे तो लास्ट में कहाँ पकड़ में आएगा? उसको जला लो, जो बचेगा वो ऐश है. ऐश में जितना कचरा होगा वो सामने आ जाएगा. ठीक है. सो देयर इज अ स्टैंडर्ड डिफाइंड कि किसी भी प्रोसेस के अंदर जो प्रोडक्ट बनता है उसका एक स्टैंडर्ड ऐश कंटेंट कितना है. ठीक है. इफ दैट इज इन दैट लिमिट यू आर मेकिंग अ जेन्युइन प्रोडक्ट. इफ दैट इज गोइंग बियॉन्ड दैट देन देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच इज बीइंग मिक्स्ड. ओके, टू ब्रिंग द कॉस्ट डाउन. मतलब कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ मामला है. ठीक है. उसको चेक करने के लिए ये ऐश कंटेंट टेस्टर है. ये सब फैक्ट्री में यूज होते हैं. ये जस्ट वो नहीं है कि जो कहीं से कॉपी पेस्ट करके आपको दिखाया जा रहा है. ये अपनी लैब में, सुप्रीम की लैब में आपको दिखेंगे कि ये सारे टेस्ट होते हैं और रूटीन में इन टेस्ट का रिकॉर्ड होता है जब भी कोई प्रोडक्ट बनता है. देन देयर इज अ हाइड्रोलिक प्रेस. तो हाइड्रोलिक प्रेस टू मेक शीट फ्रॉम द ग्रैन्युल्स ऑफ द एचडीपी रॉ मटेरियल. वो शीट बना के फिर उसकी टेस्टिंग होती है. सीबीसी टेस्टर. सीबीसी टेस्टर का पर्पस ये है कि एचडीपी पाइप में जो कार्बन मिला है उसको ब्लैक करने के लिए उसका परसेंटेज स्टैंडर्ड में डिफाइन है. इफ दैट इज फुलफिलिंग दैट क्राइटेरिया और वी आर पुटिंग लेस कार्बन. कार्बन का प्राइस ज़्यादा होता है तो काला तो थोड़ा भी डाल के बन जाएगा. स्टैंडर्ड में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. तो कार्बन कंटेंट को चेक करने के लिए सीबीसी टेस्टर है. Then there is a machine called UTM. UTM is basically elongation testing machine है. पाइप टुकड़े को लगा दिया जाता है, then उसको दोनों साइड से पुल किया जाता है. कितनी इलास्टिसिटी है, कितनी लेंथ तक वो जाके टूटेगा, वो उसका चेक करता है. तो उसके भी स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं, उसके हिसाब से उसको लिमिट में रहना चाहिए. तो elongation टेस्ट बोलते हैं उसको. Then कार्बन ब्लैक डिस्पर्शन टेस्ट जो मैंने पहले बताया था आपको, मिक्सिंग एचडीपी मटेरियल के अंदर सारे एडिटिव्स की मिक्सिंग बराबर है कि नहीं है वो चेक करने के लिए होता है. ऑक्सीडेशन इंडक्शन टाइम. सबसे महंगी मशीन यही है पूरी लैब के अंदर. ये एक मशीन ही अपने आप में 30-35 लाख की है, सीपेट में भी है. इस मशीन का जो काम होता है वो ये होता है कि वंस द मटेरियल इज बीइंग बर्न्ड, सो हाउ इट इज means how its properties are being deteriorated with every degree centigrade rise of the temperature, and if that properties are in line with the HDP raw material then you are making a genuine product. तो बड़ा ये फाइन टेस्ट है. ओके, इसमें ग्राफ्स वगैरह निकल के आते हैं, कंप्यूटर है वहाँ से वो चेक करते हैं. तो अगर कहीं कुछ भी आप गड़बड़ करेगा कोई गलत आदमी तो वो यहाँ आके पकड़ में आ जाएगा. ये सबसे अच्छा टेस्ट होता है HDP पाइप के लिए. देन मेल्ट फ्लो रेट. मेल्ट फ्लो रेट मीन्स एक्सट्रूजन प्रोसेस के अंदर जब मटेरियल मेल्ट हो गया है तो मेल्ट किस रेट पर फ्लो हो रहा है उसको चेक करने के लिए, पाइप बनाने के लिए. अदरवाइज पाइप की डेंसिटी में वेरिएशन आ जाएगा. तो उसके हिसाब से जो उसका स्टैंडर्ड डिफाइन है उतना मेल्ट को फ्लो करना चाहिए, वो रेट होना चाहिए उसका. वो टेस्ट करने के लिए है. इस तरह के कुछ इक्विपमेंट्स हैं. सो टू गोइंग टूवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ माई प्रेजेंटेशन, मैंने आपसे शुरुआत में भी कहा था कि हमारी जिम्मेदारी बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी है. इस स्लाइड को अगर आप गौर से देखेंगे तो ये स्लाइड आपको ये बताने की कोशिश कर रही है कि इंडिया में पिछले 1947 से 2013 तक जितना काम हुआ था, रीजंस बहुत सारे थे. वी वर डेवलपिंग, हमारे पास रिसोर्सेज नहीं थे, हमारे पास एजुकेशन नहीं थी, बहुत सारे ऐसे कारण थे. तो वो जो प्रोग्रेस रेट थी, जो ग्रोथ रेट थी, जो 1947 से 2013 तक हुई थी, हमने लास्ट 10 साल में उससे ज़्यादा अचीव किया है. मतलब कहने की बात है कि वो लगभग जो 67 ईयर्स की ग्रोथ थी उससे ज़्यादा ग्रोथ हमने लास्ट 10 ईयर्स में अचीव की है. सो वी आर पार्ट ऑफ दैट ग्रोथ जर्नी. सो वेदर वी आर इनटू द प्रोफेशन ऑफ द टीचिंग, वेदर वी आर इन द प्रोफेशन ऑफ द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, हमारी ये जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि हमारे आने वाली जो जनरेशन है या हम लोग उस जनरेशन, हम जिस प्रोफाइल को हैंडल कर रहे हैं, हम इंडिया की ग्रोथ स्टोरी का पार्ट है. इंडिया की लिविंग स्टैंडर्ड में जो चेंज होने जा रहे हैं उसका पार्ट है ना. सो वी हैव टू मीन्स दिस इज रिफ्लेक्शन, दिस इज एक्चुअली हैपन, तो दिस इज नॉट अ मीन्स स्टोरी, इट इज एक्चुअली हैपन. तो जो हम कह रहे हैं वो हो रहा है, तो हमको भी अपने आप को थोड़ा सा रिस्पॉन्सिव बनने की ज़रूरत है और उस तरह से उस बॉडी लैंग्वेज में हमारे मेंटल अंडरस्टैंडिंग में ये जाना चाहिए कि भाई व्हाट वी हैव टू डिलीवर टू अवर स्टूडेंट्स. कि एक तो हो गया कि बच्चे को पास करना है, हमको एग्ज़ाम लिखना है, 2 पेज लिख के पास हो गया वो ठीक है वो पास तो होना हमेशा रहेगा ही रहेगा, बट कुछ तो वैल्यू सिस्टम डाल दो उसके अंदर, कुछ तो वैल्यू सिस्टम डाल दो. वो तो हमेशा रहेगा कि हाँ लास्ट में एग्जाम के 4 दिन पहले पढ़ना है और बुक लिखनी है और पास होना है, वो सभी करते हैं, हमने भी किया है, आपने भी किया है, सभी ने किया है. थोड़ा सा वैल्यू सिस्टम डाल दो, तो वैल्यू सिस्टम डालो, उसको दुनिया दिखाओ. उसको दुनिया दिखाने का मतलब ये है कि उसको बताओ कि हम कहाँ थे, दुनिया कहाँ है, क्या क्वालिटी होती है, हम कहाँ किस तरह की क्वालिटी बनाते थे, चाइना किस तरह की क्वालिटी बना के बदनाम हुआ है, हम क्या करना चाहते हैं, कंट्री क्या करना चाह रहा है, क्या चेंजेस आ रहे हैं. ये बिलीफ सिस्टम और ये ओनरशिप और ये फीलिंग लोगों में जिस दिन आने लगेगी और आपके स्टूडेंट्स में आने लगेगी, तो आपको भी प्राउड फील होगा कि आपके बच्चे कहीं से कहीं पहुँचेंगे. ठीक है. दूसरा क्या होगा कि यू विल ऑल्सो गेट दिस सेल्फ सेटिस्फेक्शन इन योर रूटीन जॉब. कि आज शाम तक मैंने जो भी बच्चों को पढ़ाया है, जो भी आज किया है, उसमें मैंने कुछ ना कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन तो किया ही है. So with this intent, I think I would like to end my session, and I will put a quote that, and it is for everybody, that optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. हमारे पास उम्मीदें हैं कि हम दुनिया की तीसरी बड़ी इकोनॉमी बनने जा रहे हैं, है ना, और 2050 तक शायद वर्ल्ड की सबसे बड़ी उम्मीद है वो इकोनॉमी होगी. तो आशा है, तो जब आशा होती है तभी अचीवमेंट होता है ना. निराश आदमी तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते जीवन में, तो सबसे पहले आशावान होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. नथिंग कैन बी डन विदाउट होप एंड कॉन्फिडेंस. तो ये आप में भी होना चाहिए और आपके स्टूडेंट्स के अंदर भी आपको लेके आना चाहिए. दिस इज व्हाट द पर्पस. थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग योर टाइम. थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग. थैंक यू. और किसी का कोई सवाल, क्वेश्चन, यू कैन डिस्कस. मैडम इज कमिंग. कुछ और पूछना है सुप्रीम के बारे में, कुछ और जानना है प्रोडक्ट के बारे में, किसी को कुछ समझना हो, आपको कुछ पूछना हो.
Sir, thank you say that there are some things which are players to want to for something like that. So then that layers made by LDDB like that is low density. Does it have a side effect like does it affect the environment, something like that?
See, every plastic जो material है, that having a certain kind of the life, that it will after certain year it will automatically biodegrade. But now your question is about affecting the environment. So affecting the environment, if you will ask me, a bottle or the object which we can throw in our routine life into the environment causing more harm. Now about the water tank, what happens? These plastic scraps, these are the large scrap. This is the plastic tank आपका फट गया, तो फट के आपका एक scrap वाला आएगा, वो खरीद के लेके जाएगा. This is not going to go into the environment actually. This will go back to the recycler. Recycler will again draw out LLDP material from that water tank or the material, and then material will again be reused into the process. So this is the all. अभी जैसे suppose हमारा जो plant है यहाँ हमारे में, हमारा zero waste आता है. Zero waste का मतलब in whatever the rejection we make during the process, it all gets reused. Okay, वो reuse हो जाता है. मान लो आपका 2% रिजेक्शन आया, 3% रिजेक्शन आया, प्रोडक्ट बनाओगे क्वालिटी में फिर होगा, उसको आपको रिजेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. तो रिजेक्ट करने के बाद we again reprocess it. So as a manufacturer, I will tell you that we are not doing any harm to the environment apart from the process heating which is going into the environment, because we are raising the temperature to 100, 200 degrees centigrade. That heat is going into the environment, but contamination नहीं है. कंटेमिनेशन ज़्यादा आपका इन चीज़ों से होता है जो आपकी डेली यूज़ की चीज़ें हैं और वो एनवायरनमेंट में थ्रो हो जाती हैं. इसीलिए बॉटल्स को लेकर आज तक गवर्नमेंट का कोई भी नॉर्म नहीं आया कि टंकी बनाना बंद कर दो. गवर्नमेंट का क्या नॉर्म आया? प्लास्टिक की पॉलीथीन बंद करो. गवर्नमेंट का नॉर्म आया प्लास्टिक की बॉटल बंद कर दो, कपड़े के थैले यूज़ करो, नहीं यूज़ करो। क्यों आया? क्योंकि वो हम यूज़ करते हैं, पानी की बॉटल पिया और उसको फेंक दिया। इतने बड़े लार्जर वॉल्यूम को कलेक्ट करके, बिकॉज दिस इज वॉल्यूमिनस, अब इतनी सारी बॉटल्स को कलेक्ट करके रिसाइकलर तक भेजना और करवाना, ये अपने आप में एक प्रॉब्लम है। वो अल्टीमेटली ओशियंस में चला जाता है और वहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है। वर्ल्ड की जो अच्छी इकोनॉमीज है, यू टॉक अबाउट जर्मनी, यूके, यूएस, कनाडा, वहाँ पर उन लोगों ने सिस्टम चालू किए हैं दैट वंस यू विल यूज अ बॉटल, ड्रिंक योर वाटर एंड यू put this bottle into a like ATM machine, put it back and it will give you certain credits. Okay, so this way they are encouraging their people. We are moving into all those directions. We are still a developing economy, we are not developed nation. So once we will becoming developed, this all things we are going to see. But दुनिया में हो रहा है, लोग कर रहे हैं, लोग responsible हो रहे हैं. There is a country, there is nearby country to us and to Assam, Bhutan. भूटान में भी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, भूटान इज अ कार्बन जीरो कंट्री, इनफैक्ट पॉजिटिव, ग्रीन, इट इज अ पॉजिटिव कंट्री. इट मींस दे आर व्हाटएवर दे आर डिस्चार्जिंग टू द एनवायरनमेंट, in comparison to that they are converting more into the green energy, means they are having more plantation, they are having they are not encouraging the processes which is more harmful in their country. They are exporting those material, importing those material. बाहर से मंगा लेंगे चलेगा, बट वो खुद नहीं बना रहे, ठीक है? वो they are relying on to more of a hydro project like कि भाई ठीक है इकोनॉमी भी चल रही है बट अपन कोई पॉल्यूशन क्रिएट नहीं करेंगे. तो अदर कंट्रीज ऑल्सो, जितने भी डेवलप्ड कंट्री थे उन सब ने इतना पॉल्यूशन किया है, एंड नाउ टुडेज दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट बीइंग कार्बन न्यूट्रल. तो वहाँ पर नॉर्म्स बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट हो गए. एंड दैट्स वाई आजकल कार्बन क्रेडिट, कार्बन रेटिंग, इन सब की बातें होने लगी हैं. इंडिया में हम लोग अभी इंडिया की जितनी टॉप 150 कंपनीज हैं, लिस्टेड कंपनीज हैं, वो सबकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि उनको हर क्वार्टर के अंदर अपना वाटर का कंजम्पशन, क्या उनके प्लान है रिड्यूस करने के, सोलर को लेकर क्या जनरेशन के प्लान्स हैं, अपने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यूजेस को कैसे आप धीरे धीरे रिन्यूएबल्स में कन्वर्ट करोगे, ये सब मैंडेटरीली पब्लिश करने हैं विद द ऑब्जेक्टिव कि आप आगे क्या करोगे. आज तो ठीक है आपने इतना किया है, व्हाट इज द टारगेट फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर. तो चेंजेस आर हैपनिंग. सो व्हाट योर क्वेश्चन इज अबाउट द कंटेमिनेशन, सो आई विल से yes, but up to a very little extent in terms of the product which we are making. So yes, we can say, but up to a very small extent. If it is not been categorized properly, it can happen. Suppose a pipe got broken and it doesn't go back to the recycler, it gets mixed with the environment.
Sir, how about the heating and melting? Both the low density and high density, does it give the same effect, low density and high density while melting?
No.
Which one gives the more effect?
HDP will take longer time in comparison to LDP, while we will put it to the melting. Both are having different melting points. LDP is having different melting point, HDP is having different melting point.
So LDP had the lower.
No, LDP is having the higher one, I was wrong. HDP is having the low. HDP you will get around 170, 180 degrees centigrade. For LDP you have to go up to 200 degrees centigrade. It's a difference of around 20 degrees centigrade.
That means HDP is, high density is more effective.
No, LDP is having more elasticity.
More or less.
See, your environment is not creating a 200 degree centigrade temperature. No? Your environment is going up to 40 degrees centigrade maximum, 48, 49 in the toughest seasons. Okay. So you need more elasticity in terms of the product which are having heavy liquids. Okay, so that they can expand and then later on they will shrink also. SDP में वो properties नहीं है, कम elasticity कम.
और सब ग्लोबल मार्केट में कौन सा मटेरियल से ज़्यादा मतलब
टैंक बोलते हैं. आपकी ये जो प्लास्टिक के छोटे छोटे जो टैंक आते हैं ट्रांसपेरेंट वाले, वो अलग मटेरियल है, उसको पैट बोलते हैं. वो अलग प्रोसेस है. ये आपकी पेट बॉटल्स हैं, दिस इज अ बॉटल जो सामने रखा है, पेट बॉटल्स हैं। दिस इज आल्सो ब्लो मोल्डिंग। आपकी पानी की बॉटल बनी है, ये ब्लो मोल्डिंग प्रोसेस है। इतने छोटे छोटे से मोल्ड होते हैं, वो होता है आपका जो मटेरियल है जो इसमें आप एयर डालते हैं, इतना छोटा सा होगा, उसके अंदर एयर ब्लो करके वो इस शेप का बॉटल बन जाता है। आई थिंक आपके लैब में भी है ना? तो
हाँ, उस दिन एक दिन दिखाया था प्रोसेसिंग का जो लैब है।
सो आई थिंक इट्स डन। कैसे करना है? How was it? Have you understood? आपको कैसा लगा? समझ में आया? कुछ क्वेश्चन, मतलब इंटरेस्ट आया कि नहीं आया? ऐसा लगा कि कुरिकुलम और पढ़ाई से अलावा भी थोड़ा सा पढ़ देख लेना चाहिए?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this talk, because it's a talk which is relevant to all of us, and from the global market point of view and material point of view also. Thank you, sir.
आप लोग सब गुवाहाटी में रहते हो? गुवाहाटी का मतलब गुवाहाटी में इंस्टीट्यूट है आप लोग सभी के? सभी का इंस्टीट्यूट गुवाहाटी? तो गुवाहाटी से आए हो आप लोग सब?
हम लोग का बाहर से भी
कहाँ पर है?
बाहर से
बाहर तो उसके पास में ही है। हमारा फैक्ट्री तो आपके पास ही है, कमालपुर में।
सर उसमें क्या क्या बनाते? पाइप्स,
पीवीसी पाइप बनाते हैं,
पीवीसी,
एचडीपी पाइप बनाते हैं और वाटर टैंक बनाते हैं।
एचडीपी वाला कौन सा वाला पाइप?
ब्लैक कलर का पाइप दिखेगा, वो काले कलर का पाइप जो आपका ड्रेनेज में यूज होता है नॉर्मली, जो अपने गवर्नमेंट के प्रोजेक्ट होते हैं, इसमें दिखेगा आपको काला कलर का।
पीवीसी,
वाटर टैंक, और वो गार्डन पाइप बनाते हैं, गार्डन पाइप कलर कलर वाली पाइप आती है। ठीक है, ओके गाइस, ठीक है, थैंक यू।
The lunch commission. मीटिंग हो जाए सार लोगन
Aiza? Aiza? Oh, okay. Oh, dia आज dia putih dia, misalnya wanitanya dia putih dia
Jadi ditulis spelling itu biasanya.
Untuk dia berapa tapi abi menurutku jadi emang edisi baju
आज नाइपर का इनॉग्रेशन गुवाहाटी नाइपर उसके हैदराबाद नाइपर रॉयली नाइपर पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में असम पूरा 7 स्टेट में मोर देन आपका 15 स्कीम आज एक साथ मतलब कहीं पे हॉस्पिटल कहीं पे लोकल्स में जो ये होता है ना डिस्पेंसरी जैसे रहते हैं ऐसे मतलब पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट में असम का सीएम असम का कर रहे हैं मणिपुर का मणिपुर कर रहे हैं नागालैंड मिजोरम सेंट्रल से ये मिनिस्टर हेल्थ मिनिस्टर अशोक मधुरिया also actually minister of department of chemical and fertilizers some ministry of teaching also he is also BDS professor
कितना जनरेशन चेंज आया है अच्छे लोग तो
वो बोल रहे हैं आया ने आर्टिस्ट के लिए यूनिक प्रोग्राम स्कीम एक साथ ये इनॉग्रेशन का जो स्टोन लाइन का ये होता है सरल जाओ
इनका तो इतना भाव है मतलब लेकिन मैं भी छोड़ूंगी नहीं मैं भी इस बार पाला मिटाने से बड़ा है ऐसा नहीं है थोड़ा सा तो आपको ऊपर उठना ही पड़ेगा देखिएगा थोड़ा ठीक है बात कर तुम्हें कॉपी चेकिंग करके आना ठीक है सर आपकी बहुत
हाँ संजीव की हो
नहीं ये साइज यहाँ बना नहीं ना ये साइज निकलता है वो इसके लिए आया है कि हाँ 225 और 225 शुरू से इसके ऑर्डर की कमी आता है कभी कदा कोई ऑर्डर आया है 200 बनता है 350 इसमें 2 साइज बैग 225 और 200 इंस्पेक्शन करने के बाद बिल्कुल देना चाहिए यहाँ से गया सरपुर में बोला हम बनाएंगे
just came, sir. 10 minutes before only I came.
Another two, but
Yes, sir.
another two.
Another two they will come after sometimes.
In the beginning, we will be taking them to some industry also. Exam.
The exam they have to attend.
Some professors from private colleges they are coming. very good afternoon to all. Respected Principal Director and Head, CSTS-GUWAHATI, Sri Srikant Sirali sir. Respected Professor Dr. Bharat Kapoti sir from AS2. Respected Kantagarji, Plan Head Supreme. Respected all the participants from different institute, college and schools and different institutes. My CSTS-GUWAHATI colleagues. So today, just one day advance, actually we are conducting this valedictory function, because tomorrow the whole day will be spent for different plant visit in different industries in the field of plastic industries. So we are organizing this valedictory function, and we are very much fortunate to have Kapoti sir and Bhatnagar sir among us. They have given their consent to be present in this valedictory function. Thank you, sir. In the last 1 week, starting from the Monday, we conducted many classes, almost 10 classes we have covered on theory part, as well as practical also we have covered, and many research paper and articles was discussed in different sessions. And finally, the theme of this faculty development program to showcase the different techniques, the modern techniques, the modern ideology what we are using for characterization of plastics, and the very basic things on about the plastic and polymer, and how their nanocomposites which are prepared are being utilized for the mankind was discussed. Of course, 1 week is not sufficient, but we believe this 1 week has paved the way, or have shown has opened up the mind how we can do more and more research, or more and more topics we can think in line with the polymer and their nanocomposites. So with this sentence, I welcome you again to this valedictory function of this 1 week faculty development program sponsored by AICTE on characterization techniques for polymer and their nanocomposites. Now I'd like to request the coordinator, Dr. Jutika Devi, to kindly present a report on what activities we did throughout this week. Please.
Thank you, sir. So during these 5 days, we have conducted 10 expert lectures. First day we have lectures from Dr. Nirmala Devi from Girijananda Chaudhary University, Dr. Biswajit Chaudhary from AICTE Guwahati. Second day, the first talk was from Dr. Jutika Devi, CSTS-Guwahati, and session 2 is shared by Dr. Suparna Bhattacharjee from Guwahati University. The next day, third day, the first session is shared by Dr. Hare Krishna Deka of CSTS-Guwahati, and the second session on universal human value is discussed by Sri Srikant Sirali sir, Principal Director and Head of CSTS-Guwahati. On the day 4, the first session was shared by Srimati Anusri from CSTS-Guwahati, and today on the day 5, first session is shared by Dr. Bharat Kapoti sir from Assam Science and Technological University, and the session 2 is shared by Aditya Prakash Bhatnagar sir from Supreme Industries Limited. So we have finished all the 10 session, lecture session, and the practical session also every day we have done. Then article discussion and research paper discussion also we have finished, and all the participants as a team, they make team of 4 participants in a one group, and they have submitted write up on the relevant topics. Then interaction also we had made. So now we have in the second half of today we will have the test, and we will have the industry visit. So tomorrow we will finish the event, and with industry visit and the report of the industry visit. After that, the program will be over. Thank you, sir. And participants, we have participants from different organizations, from NIPAR Guwahati, Saraihat College, Pub Kamrup College, Girijananda Chaudhuri University, Sansari Higher Secondary School, Baksa Polytechnic, Guwahati University, and host institution CSTS-GUWAHATI. So we have 24 participants for this program.
Thank you, Dr. Jyotika Devi. Moving forward, I would like to request all the participants to share their valuable thoughts or in terms of like feedbacks on this program. Kenuka lagi itu kok how you feel about this courses or some kind of improvement you want something?
আজি আমি এই 5-7 দিন অতিক্ৰম কৰি সঁচাকৈ এই বিষয়টো এটা বিশেষ ভাল লগা বিষয় আৰু সেইখিনি আমি জানি যথেষ্ট সুখী হৈছোঁ কাৰণ কিয়নো আমি প্লাষ্টিকৰ বিষয়ে বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ তথ্য আমি পোৱা নাছিলোঁ আজি এই ট্ৰেইনিং সেশনটোত আমি সঁচাকৈ বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ তথ্য আমি জানিব পাই আমি আনন্দিত হৈছোঁ আৰু আগন্তুক দিনবোৰত আমি হয়তো আমাৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলক এই বিষয়ে আমি শিকাব পাৰিম
Actually, he has expressed that he came to know about many facts and figures about the plastics, and which he will propagate to different school colleges to his students. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Madam, आप लोगों के लिए research scholar research के लिए कैसे ये helpful हो गए?
Firstly, I give my respect to our principal director, and then secondly, my seniors and also my maths. I'm very much thankful actually, and then after coming here, after joining this, I feel like it's more relatable my field because I'm doing a research on mucoadhesive that's on main is on polymers. So that's why I gain a lot of knowledge coming here, and then also not only my research field but also in the marketing field too. So I'm very much thankful. That's it. Thank you.
Good evening. Myself, Dr. Bolenbad from Characterization College. Actually, from this training, we are happy to know that the areas use of plastic in different fields we have learned here. Actually, I am not present all this session due to some unavoidable circumstances. Exam related in our college is going on, and very much thankful to especially due to errors. This FDP and we hope that our students also we will encourage for learning something about this institution. Thank you, sir.
From CSTS-GUWAHATI, we are thankful to Saraihat College because we know like they are busy in their exam. In the middle of exam also they are coming and joining the program. So thank you for your time and patience. Thank you.
Good
experts from different fields, and I think they have presented very well in the practical fields what plastics we are using, and they have actually given us the basic knowledge about plastics, different types of plastics which we are using, and which plastics we should use in less amount, and think about our environments. So we are very much beneficial from this session, all the sessions, and so I am very much thankful to the organizer, CSTS.
Now moving forward, now we will distribute the certificate. I'd like to request Dr. Jyotika Devi to kindly spell the name, and one by one we can distribute the certificate. I would also like to request our principal director and who's a guest of honor, please come forward. Distribute the certificate.
Chandra Kolita.
Go on. Next, Dr. Samarjit Sharma. Assuming this is last to the guy. Mr. Deraduddin Ahmed. Dr. Polendra Patri.
Nazir Hussain, Vikas Adov,
They will reach there from Naipal Guwahati. Prabhakar.
Umakam Guna. বিনোদটাও ভালোই ডেপোজিট করো congratulate the participants for the successful completion of the FPP program. Going forward, now I'd like to request Bhatnagarji to say a few words on this valedictory function.
Again, good afternoon all. Respected Director Sir, CSTS Guwahati team, Dekha Sir, Jyotika Madam. First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to come into this kind of the platform where we can talk with the future leaders who are going to give guidance to the coming students that what is the expected in developing a student for the future requirement of this country. So as I have shared also that the country is moving at a very fast pace. In last many years which we have developed in last 67 years up to 2013, in last 2013 to 2024 we have exceeded all those activities in terms of the infrastructure. The country is moving very fast. Currently we are 5th largest economy and going very fast rate to become a 1 trillion economy. So as a producer, as a manufacturer, our market is always the world, otherwise we won't be able to sustain. So growth is always a part. Every year we have to grow by 10-20%, otherwise any business model will not be successful. So to sustain the growth, we have to make our market as a world market. And once we are talking about the world market, the quality is the key. We have to come along with at par with the world standard. In fact, we have to exceed those world standard requirements. So being faculties in your own institutions, I think it will be your responsibility and it should be in the part of the value system for everybody who is sitting here, who is taking participation in such kind of the programs, projects, to create a value system in the students whom you are teaching, that apart from passing the examination, it is very important that they understand that what is the future is expecting from them. Once this value system will be inside, then sooner or later we will get the desired result, and they will 100% participate properly in a desired manner in the growth of this country. So with this desire, with this optimism, with this faith, I would like to end this conversation. And again, thank you very much for giving the opportunity to come here and share my ideas with all of you people apart from the technical session. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Rightly, you have touched the wave of this present situation. Thank you very much for your nice sentences, sir. Now I'd like to request Dr. Bharat Kakoti, sir, to kindly say two words.
So, congratulations to all the participants, and I would like my sincere request to that really it's a big opportunity for me to providing, especially to Dr. Data for inviting me for this workshop. And I feel that because now as per new education policy, okay, NEP 2020, so now that the skill development of the student, it is become very, very essential. So it is now compulsory to means carry some subject, okay, skill enhancement courses. It is must, you have to carry out in all semesters, and these are the compulsory courses now introduced with the main course subject. So what I feel that by visiting the machinery which are already equipped with the CPET, I think the CPET can play a really vital role, because the CPET is the, I think in the northeastern regions, they are basically working in the plastic technology. So the equipments, those are available. So for like a skill enhancement course, if the college and universities, okay, if they come forward to and do some MOU and these things will, if possible. So with CPET, I think that CPET can be, they can use as a hub all the nearby colleges and universities as a training place for their students. And thank you very much for these invitations, and hope my talk was understandable for all. And thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are in our mode of action and our purpose. The activity also belongs to make awareness about the plastic, the use of plastic, advantage, positive and negative, advantage, disadvantage of plastic materials. Will definitely, all the institute, colleges and universities are most welcome. In fact, all the industry also are most welcome to have a collaboration with CSTS-GUWAHATI. We are very much open to all, and in fact, in touching the different categories like school-wise or college-wise, like industry meet, different awareness program we are conducting on a regular basis. And from this platform, we also invite all the school and colleges and institute to please utilize CPET-GUWAHATI facilities, and all are cordially welcome to CPET-GUWAHATI. Thank you very much, sir. Now moving forward, now I'd like to request our Principal Director and Head Susikant Sirali sir to give a concluding remarks and overview of this FPP program. Please.
Namaste. So, Mr. Bhatnagar and Dr. Kakoti and all the participants and my CPET CSTS-GUWAHATI team members, and especially coordinator of this course, our madam and Dr. Deka. So So first of all, I congratulate all of you to be present for 1 week's time. Actually, it will be very difficult for any professional to give 5 days or 6 days to any one event nowadays, because everybody is having their own work schedule, and also now schedules are very tough in all schools, colleges. Everything is time bound. So we are also facing that here. And only one added advantage which we are having is, since inception, CPET is running in this mode. That is, due to inception of NEP 2020, all the institutions are started thinking of skilling and introducing some skill-oriented subjects. But in fact, in CPET, since inception, it was like this: 80% practical-based training and 20% only the theory. But now, due to this AICTE compulsions and all, we have moved into 70% practical and 30% theory. But once again, now anyway, it is very open. They want skill-based curriculum, which is available in CPET as a whole. Even our BTech or MTech or even PhD scholars, they will be having more exposure on practical things. That is, when we are talking of the PhD program, this also works also, it will be more of a application oriented, so that end results can be applied in the commercial way in industries. Like that, topics will be chosen in CPET. For that, one important advantage with which CPET is having is, we are having a very good liaison with the industries from the day one, and because of that liaison with the industries, it is really helping now also. And you might have seen most of the institutions, they find it very difficult to have a open interaction with industries. But in CPET, it is very natural. All the activities, you will find industry captains are coming here and going. In the usual day, you will find 1 or 2 industry people are visiting our campus, which is actually helping us to improve our present know-hows, and we are able to understand what is the industry requirement on daily basis. And there is challenges also is available. Okay, nowadays, as Bhatnagar told, we are moving very fast. Industry is moving very fast, and in fact, everything is moving in a very dramatic speed, and it is reflected in each and every field. Just now we are coming from Naipur, where we saw crores of rupees is invested in health and pharma, and really it is very good going for India as a whole. In any field you take, you see education, you just think of a lot of issues are coming, lot of upgradation is happening, and now previously it was not at all bothered. Nobody bothered where is teacher, what faculty is doing, what is their upgradation and all. Now it is also very particular, and they are having everything to be documented, so that it will be produced as a witness, right, in all the situations. They understand how we will bypass, right, because they are also involved in this. So we are having a stringent rules and regulations everywhere, and guidelines are there. But it is, in fact, it is for a betterment of our society as a whole when we are talking of. And for that, definitely, being a privileged person, you see, I treat all teachers as a privileged person, because you see, every year we get 100 to 200 new faces coming across us, whom we can give some contribution for their career as a whole. Just you think of, our wealth is that. Teachers' wealth is not money. Actually, our wealth is our students. Every year we are getting new faces so that we can try new things, and whatever we want to happen in the society, we can inculcate in those students. But there is a lot of pain is there, but we need to do it, and we are having that privilege of open to students. So in a way, this program is also very much helpful to the participants, because we have discussed a lot of issues here, and you are having opportunity to meet other college teachers also, and what is happening in education world also can be evaluated when people meet in some conference workshop, so that they can really sense what is happening in other institutions. And here also in our campus, when you came, I think you are also understood what is the pulse of CPET. And if you are now, you may be having very clear-cut idea of what is happening in campus, what is the plus and what is the minus, and how you can be benefited with our facilities. And also you may be giving some suggestion for improvement also. See, mainly what is required for CPET is, at this juncture, I request all of you, and you see there is a CPET awareness is very less among the schools and colleges. There is no information regarding what we are doing and what is our culture here. For that, main reason was that initially everybody thought CPET is CPET passed out students are not getting government jobs, right? That is reality actually. Nowadays, for engineers, getting government job is remote. Everybody has to go for MNCs or their own entrepreneurship, right? That is the order of the day. More you qualified, more you should be inclined to doing your own ventures. That is what is the nowadays slogan. Indirectly or directly, NEP 2020 says that you acquire more skills and deliver in different forums. We are having a infrastructure ready in terms of startups, in terms of bank loans, funding through a lot of agencies, and even big MNCs are going to support the new entrepreneurs. I think in that pipeline you might have seen Indians are all of a sudden winning a lot of Olympic medals and all the sports, and everywhere India is winning the medals. How it is possible? Because now that that responsibility has been taken from MNCs, and they will train the people. They adopt the athletes. Like that, it is happening. Now, next generation, it will happen that all the industries will support entrepreneurs also. Those who are coming up now, also the startups and all. Lot of big industries they are supporting, namely this Reliance, Tata, and Wipro. They are supporting a lot of startups, and startups is mainly managed by educated scholars. These are all very important changes which is happening, and surely in days to come there will be a lot of hectic changes, and maybe education system is the one which is going to change a lot, because we need to adapt to the different circumstances all of a sudden. So in that way, this faculty development programs and all will be more helpful. And I will be very happy if you are able to communicate our activities to your fellow colleagues and friends, so that even they can visit our campus. Exposure visits are we are conducting exposure visits here for students. And for that we are taking the nominal charges mainly because to have a practical demonstration of all the equipments. Our main issue is why we are open this much, and industry is going along with this is we need to earn our revenue expenditure, whatever the expenditure happening in terms of maintaining the machine or operating the machines. These are all borne by our own resources, which is we are internally earning. So we need to charge for everything. So we are charging very nominal thing. I think how much we are charging for exposure visit? 200 rupees per candidate we are charging. but it will be very effective one for students to understand, especially those who are in 10th standard and 12th standard. They can, 12th standard also BSc people, they can take their projects here. And also we have designed this, now all the evaluation will be done on credit basis. We are having one credit, 9 modules are there, one credit, and we are adding up different modules according to the requirement of colleges. And modules we are having, that is 30-hour module it is. One credit will be granted, and we are approaching all the universities. 2-3 universities already have had our MOU, so that your students can come here and they can work here for 30 hours, that is 1 week roughly, and they can have that 1 credit certificate, and evaluation, analysis, everything will be done, and we will be conducting some test also for them to give the credit, and that credit will be accounted in their ACB, right? In their ACB they can credit, and that will be included in their polytechnic grading and all. For example, if their polytechnic credit required is 130, and this also they can have this 1 credit added to their schedule, and it is well accepted. And those all modules are less theory and more practical. And in fact, in front of the machine itself, theory is taught, right? They are not be exposed to any classroom as such. And on machine itself, they have taught all the necessary fundamentals. That will be one good advantage they will be having. This message you can give it to your colleagues mainly, colleagues and principals who are out there, or your friends, teacher friends. And I'm telling you, last 1 year, we have given this exposure to the more than 1,500 teachers. Right? We have connected through our SEBA and SEBA through all the districts and all. And nearly all this inspector of schools and teachers we have connected through webinar from our SEBA office, and we have connected more than 1,000 teachers, and also here more than 600 teachers visited our place, and we have taken them different workshop of 2 hours, 3 hours to enlighten us what is the reality of plastic. Otherwise, most of the people are thinking that plastic is banned and it is not going to have a future. And it is a single-use plastic only is banned, and not the whole plastic fraternity. And you can find, now at present, you cannot find a single product which is not having a plastic. For example, from starting from your shirt, pant, everything, right? And now you see woolen cloths. Everybody feels that this winter cloths which they are wearing is of woolen. Woolen, maximum cases it is plastic only, right? It is not the woolen. If it is woolen, it will cost more than 3,000 rupees minimum, right? Even t-shirts people which they are wearing, right? If it is a cotton one, it will cost you more than 1,000 rupees very easily, right? It will not be available for 200 rupees or 150 rupees or 99 rupees, right? Which is available around. And with different shades and different shapes you are having, right? These are all, courtesy of plastic only. And to your, understanding, I want to tell that most of those products which we are wearing as a, fibers or clothing, it is all reprocessed plastics, not the origin one. That is the interesting one. All the t-shirts which you are wearing, most of the cases, the fibers are taken out from your PET bottles. That's why you will not find PET bottles lying here and there. Drug pickers will pick very nicely all these PET bottles, and it will be sent to respective processing units where they will be reprocessing it and extracting the yarns, and it will be your textile fibers will be manufactured. So this whole ecosystem is there. So there is a lot of good entrepreneurial benefits are there for plastics, and you try to encourage your own kids to, your wards who are coming to schools and all, they encourage them to have a career in plastic. And one added advantage is there, this is there in all the fields, right? But it is not having a rocket technology. right? There is no rocket technology involved, right? Only thing is you have to give some heat and then you have to process in very what you call controlled atmosphere, and you will get whatever consistency required on the product. So rocket technology is not there means all these average students, you know, I am highlighting this mainly because nowadays you see this NEP and also our this Vikasit Bharat at the rate 2047 is there. Everybody need to be growing and encouraged. You see, in one class, you see maximum 20 to 30% students may get 90% or 80% marks, right? They may get into good jobs or this one, right? We are not concerned about that. We are mainly concerned about the lower side, 30 to 40% of lower side. That is the person who is just passing 40%, 50%, 60%, up to 70% students, what they can do, what is the career? This is the biggest question. So CPET is the place where you can have those people coming, because here all practical oriented things are there. So they can understand better, their career will be top ranked. And all those who are having a average marks, you know, around 60 or around 50, you encourage them to take this type of training program, so that after 16 years they will be finishing 10th standard, and 3 years they will be there in industry, 19 years. They have to working hard as per their working hard capabilities. If they improve, by 22 years they will become much more than a normal engineer, right? They can deliver more. And also nowadays lot of opportunities are there for part-time engineering programs also is available. Part-time programs are there, online programs are there. Simultaneously they can upgrade their knowledge there, right? So CPET is having a lot of solutions, right? And I need your help to communicate it to all the students so that they can use our facility more. Why I am stressing use our facility more is, up to now when I am seeing 22 years of CPET, right? CPET in Assam, and most of the beneficiaries from this institution are not from Assam. Most are from Bihar, UP and West Bengal. Their students came here and studied a lot. And you can sense that when you are going to Sansari market, everybody will tell nowadays Hindi people are not coming, what is the problem? Because they used to have a lot of income based on those people coming over here, right? So now it has to be changed, because otherwise Assam will not have anything to say in different industries. For example, you ask Mr. Bhattanagar how many first layered their supervisors are from Assam, he will give you the different answer I am telling you, right? Because no qualified persons are available, they are ready to take, and there is an obligation for them also to take local people, right? When local skilled people are not available, then what they will do? That's the biggest issue. So it's a responsibility on you also, so that you can expose, give the exposure to your students so that they can utilize. And even our nearby college also, I asked our people how many students from studied from there is taken qualified from our place. It's very minimum, right? It's not that much. So I request my, on my personal behalf, all of you to get going on this. This is sort of a social work you can have. The average students, if you are guiding them to this place, right, you are making their career. And they will be, contributing a lot to the development of state as well as to the country. Because why I am telling development of the state is, most of the people who are here is not able to contribute in the right sense. That's what in different forums people are expressing. With this, I hope that I have not taken much of your time, but I wanted to share this because you are all from teaching faculty. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening. Starting from the NAP to till the different skill development courses. Now, on behalf of CSTS and on my personal behalf and on behalf of our both the coordinators, we thanks all the participants as well as guest lecturers for taking their time and being with us for the novel cause to know about the plastic, polymer and their nanocomposition. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you to all. Now I request everyone to kindly join for the lunch, which is serving near to this conference room. Please.
Registration to kori dile itiar dhorok kam nai lunch kori registration or siding apuni age lunch kori abo upor pala lagbo no o yate BSc line stable puro kore lagbo certificate ke amar 12 ta sino bagma moi diye diye ase আমি লাঞ্চ কৰো বলা তুমি ইয়াতে সামনে নতুন থৈ আহিবা সাককে দিয়াতে ইয়াতে থৈ দিও মোবাইলটা টেন্ডেন্স আকৌ পিজিটিৰ কেটা ৰখি আছে ইয়াৰ কেটা চাব কাৰণে বুটি হ'ব উঠালো যে দিগদাৰি হৈছে
Ada sambil